Pinch hitting for Zach this afternoon. I'm Jim Nelson, and it's my pleasure to fill in for Zach. He's on the road preparing to broadcast tonight's Bluefield State University football game in Charlotte. Here is our pregame, and it's coming to you from the First Community Bank broadcast booth at Mitchell Stadium. With First Community Bank's free digital banking and express by FCB Mobile, the mobile app, you can manage your money whether life's journey takes you one direction or another. Whether you're looking to pay bills, transfer funds, or plan a budget, your online tool is just a click away at firstcommunitybank.com. First Community Bank member FDIC. Beaver returns this afternoon to face the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles out of Beckley in a matinee contest on this Saturday that's full of local, regional, and Mountain State football, or players from the Mountain State who are participating on the national stage. In the early season for Bluefield Game 1, problems with execution and continuity. The defense showed ahead of the offense early. There were communication problems, etc. Vast improvement in Week 2 against Princeton. The offense more balanced. R.J. Hairston and Sincere Fields in the pass game began to cook a little something to offset a complete concentration on the run. Their young backs are now giving depth and range of skill sets in the backfield. Week 3, continued improvement. More and more underclassmen and seniors getting reps on both sides of the ball as Coach Simon's rotation starts to expand. Kicking game has gotten better, particularly Eli Reif as the extra point and field goal guy. They have to cut down penalties. That's sort of a mantra among coaches, especially pre-snap penalties. But they've grown as a team while facing some tough competition. It's been a busy 9 days for Coach Simon's team. This is the third time in that 9-day span they suited up to play for keeps, having opened against Greenbrier East on September 9th in a game suspended by lightning delays, then returning to Fairleigh 70-plus hours later to complete that game, and now playing again today. The assignment, the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles. The Beavers take a 1-2 record into the game. They scored 28 unanswered points over a 72-hour span Friday night and Monday night to come from 1 point ahead to take a 34-19 win over the Spartans. Bluefield trailed at 1 point in that game by 19-6. Then Beckley brings a 2-1 mark into the game. They opened the year with wins over Riverside and Greenbrier, then lost last week at Parkersburg South. Earlier this week, I talked to Bluefield coach Fred Simon about the game. That interview is coming up after this pause for the cause. You're listening to Bluefield Beavers pregame on WKOY 100.9 FM and online at WKOYRocks.com.
Football season is starting.
Summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel efficient rides on the road, the all new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP plus 0.9% financing available. Come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton.
Challenge yourself to the future you want. Open doors. Challenging climb. Bright future. Accept the challenge. BluefieldState.edu.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Challenge yourself to the future you want. Open doors. Challenging climb. Bright future. Accept the challenge. BluefieldState.edu.
And you guys used the lightning delay to completely alter things and come back out and won the game going away. And then this one, you're down 19-6, and then you come back and over the two nights, outscore them 28-zip. You guys own the lightning delays. This one was a little bit longer than the last one, but you certainly own them. Now you're in an unusually busy period. You suit up and play today, and we're talking as if this is Saturday, for the third time in a 9-day span. How do you handle that portion of the change in routine?
Just got to work quickly, and getting ready for a different team in a few short days. Fortunately, the game Saturday gives us an extra day, and we need it, but that's what we'll have to do.
Each year at the start of the season, I ask you about senior leadership because that's such a backbone for the program itself, and as a sort of a link in the continuity of communication between coaches and players. And you've had some folks really step up this year as far as being senior leaders and showing the way and persevering during tough times, because realistically, you were in all three games of break here, and we could be talking 3-0 instead of 1-2.
Yeah, I agree. And I think R.J. Harrison and Sincere Fields have done a super job week in and week out of managing to do whatever they can to try to help them.
In addition to that, you've had a spate of injuries early in the season, and one of the benefits of that is some guys who were seniors but hadn't played a lot, as well as some underclassmen really stepping into roles and becoming playmakers on both sides of the ball.
Well, I think JoJo Campbell has come around and helped us out. I think that Willis Wilson has come around. These are young freshmen and a sophomore that have had to step it up some. And I think they've done a nice job of coming around and helping us. So hopefully we'll keep finding some surprises. But on the other hand, hopefully we get healthy.
You got folks like Ferran, whose name I did not call out a lot last year, and Crane and Sims, and so many guys in addition to those guys, and some solid juniors right now. I think about Woods coming in as one of the offensive linemen and kind of an anchor there.
I think all those guys you mentioned have done a fine job. They're trying, they're getting better. They haven't had a lot of experience, so the more games we get, which every game we're playing is going to be a tough one, it's helped them to gain some confidence and to get better.
This week you play Beckley. Beckley 2-1 on the season. They played an ultra-talented Parkersburg South team, and that was one of the toughest losses of the year to absorb in the first half of last season, because not only did you play them competitively and you lose your go-to guy offensively to a season-ending injury at the end of the first half, but then come back and they have a deflected field goal as at the final buzzer to win that game. Do student athletes at the school who were there a year ago, who experienced that loss and the team having to reinvent itself then, do they carry any type of extra momentum this year, or is the attention span of these young men such that it's another game, it's a big game, and we want to go 2 in a row?
I think the second one. It's just more of this year's time, and they don't focus too much on what happened the year before. So we'll go into this game just like it's another week with a heck of a good team.
week one, the Bluefield offense struggled in the pass game, and they were sort of one-dimensional, and still, against an outstanding Graham team, they took it right to the wall. You have slowly but steadily improved the pass game and the RPOs and the other things, and RJ is a force of nature. Double team, triple team, he's making Odell Beckham catches, and the phantom catch that was, but they said wasn't. Those are things that are Beaver football lore.
Well, what makes it nice for him, he knows how to run some routes and take advantage of his size and speed. And Sincere's done a nice job of being able to angle the ball in a proper way to where he can catch it and make it hard on teams. It's given us an extra punch that we needed to go along with our running game.
Last year at the start of the game up at Woodrow, they, I think, punched Bluefield in the mouth with their offense early on in the game, the double tight set and the bush push and so forth. But Bluefield adjusted to that. Now they, like Bluefield, started to interface the pass game, and they've got one uber talented receiver and big play guy in Elijah Redfern. But do you see in some ways that they sort of mirror Bluefield in their evolution as a team this year that was really run heavy early and now has enough of a pass game that keeps you from packing 11 in the box?
No, they're going to make you pack because they got a great running game. They go double tights, double wings, and then they'll spread it. So when they spread it, we can gauge on him and some of the other players. But, man, they're double tight, they're smash mouth, and we'll have to be ready to be physical because they're physical.
What are the keys for Bluefield this afternoon to walk away with a win?
We definitely have to play smash mouth. We have to be physical. We want them to turn the ball over, and we're going to have to hang with our blocks and execute some offense ourselves because I think Woodrow, even though they got beat pretty bad last week, they gave the game away. They had turnovers. They had onside kicks that they didn't recover, that they were kicked to them, and the other team got it. They had a pick for 6 and things like that. So I don't know why they didn't play them very well, but they definitely moved the ball on Parkersburg South. I was impressed with that.
Coach Simon, there's something that's comfortably familiar about you and I talking about the game that's coming up right now. But congratulations again on Monday's important win at Greenbrier East. Good luck this afternoon as you go after back-to-back wins against Beckley.
Jim, it's great to see you again. This was great. I appreciate it.
Pregame continues as the starting lineups are next. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY, 100.9 FM, and online at WKOYRocks.com.
How you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy. But I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
First Sentinel Bank has 9 branches throughout the communities of southwestern Virginia and southern West Virginia. And for every locality, First Sentinel is all in with helping our neighbors achieve their financial goals, endeavoring to be a partner in the growth and success of the people and businesses in our local communities. First Sentinel has built a 45-year reputation of listening to and helping the people in our communities. After all, we are local people serving local people. First Sentinel Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Tackles combined to weigh 650 pounds, one 310 and one 340. Coach Simon really believes this game could hinge on a couple of factors, and leading into that, that allows us to segue to the Friendship Kia Keys to the Game. For all your Kia shopping or service needs, head to Friendship Kia in Beckley. From the popular Soul to the new Sportage plug-in hybrid, Friendship Kia is always stocked, always ready to sell. Open 6 days a week, KiaBeckley.com. The Keys. Can Bluefield match Beckley's physicality? The Eagles go double tight end, as Coach Simon said, oftentimes double wing. And last year at the start of the game, they played ultra smash mouth, very small splits between their linemen. They had double wing. They would go ahead and excavate the ball downfield and take advantage of what has now been legalized, the old Bush push, where they would get behind a thunderous running back and a couple of huge tackles and go ahead and excavate their way forward 6, 7, 8, 10 yards. It took Bluefield a little while after being slugged in the mouth by that to rebound and try to match that physicality. They'll probably come out of the gate with that offense that's very, very reminiscent of the old double wings. They use a lot of inside handoffs and reverses, very similar to the old single wing game when it was 3 yards and a cloud of tibias. Can Bluefield match that physicality to those very big interior linemen on offense and defense, and a 275-pound tight end at times? And they pound the ball up the gut, keeping Beckley's offense off schedule, and that means limiting yardage on first and second downs, creating third down and long. And field play, field position, special teams. The ability of Fields offensively for Bluefield to extend plays with his feet, find Hairston with plays, utilize Wade, Patton, J.J. Campbell, and Willis Wilson in creative ways to keep Beckley's defense off balance. And finally, health. Bluefield's not a deep team, and the Beavers have several key players who play both ways. Sincere Fields is on the kick coverage team, the kick return team. He punts, and he's the stud on the back end of Bluefield's defensive 11. Well, that concludes pregame activity. Tonight's starting lineups and the opening kickoff are next. You are listening to Bluefield Beaver pregame on WKOY 100.9 FM and online at WKOYRocks.com.
How you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
Key playmakers for Woodrow. They've got Elijah Redfern, who's a big play guy on the edge. Elijah Waller, the second Elijah, is their leading rusher on the year, but they can get plays from folks like M.J. Staples, Connor Ray, both in the pass and the run game. Bryce Ford is a power running back as well. Landon Jones is a very solid utility man and plays one of the defensive ends. Very quickly, the starting lineups for Woodrow when they have the ball. Ryan Suggs will be the center of attention. He's the center, the middleman on the five-man interior. Tyler Hunt and DeAndre Good are the guards. Good at 310 pounds. Drake Bowling, 255 on one side. Isaac Lambert, 230 on the other. They have two seniors in the interior five. Connor Ray has a tight end position, as does Landon Jones on the other end. In the backfield, you'll see Ford or Redburn, along with Christian Stewart and Waller or Staples for Bluefield. Your ends quickly are Josiah Campbell and Landon Crane, Jaden Francisco and Jalen Jones, the tackles, Grady Woods and Justin King, the guards, Landon Tabor, the center, snapping the ball to Sincere Fields. In the backfield, you'll see at times R.J. Hairston, Ty Patton, and Willis Wilson, but you'll also see Josiah Campbell get reps in the backfield and R.J. come out as a wideout. Derek Ferran will get a lot of reps offensively for the Beavers. Glad you're with us on this football Saturday afternoon. I believe earlier I misread my clock. I thought we were on the other side of the hemisphere. But the Beavers and Woodrow. Woodrow has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. Beavers are massed right behind the end zone banner being held by the cheerleaders, and now they take the field, coming to the near sideline. After starting out the year with such a tough schedule for Bluefield, if they can, in some fashion, get the win today to level that record at 2-2 with an open date coming up before they play Independence, that would be quite a springboard into the Independence game and games on consecutive Fridays thereafter. For Woodrow Wilson, they're looking to bounce back. As you heard Coach Simon say, they didn't acquit themselves badly at all against a deep and power-laden Parkersburg South team. It was just errors at inopportune times and Parkersburg South capitalizing upon them, and then it snowballed a bit. But they do have weapons, and they do have size. And the thing that's unique about Woodrow, of all the teams the Beavers have faced this year, is their size is not just a 5'10", 250. It is those individuals who are 6'3", 210, 6'2", 210, 6'3", 220. It's a type of players that also can be forces, have the natural ability to be studs in other sports as well as in football. Bluefield will kick it away, and for Bluefield, kicking off will be Bluefield's Eli Rife. Rife is a freshman, and he's 3-4 in PATs, so he'll get the nod. Woodrow with twin deep at their own 13-yard line. He'll right in step it and crank it away when he gets the high sign from the officials. Staples is one of two deep for Woodrow at the near side or the bottom of your radio dial, as they'll take it right to left into the first quarter of play. Here's the kick. It's an onside kick, pooched for and covered by Woodrow, 8 yards upfield. So Bluefield abandoning conservative. They try the onside kick, and it doesn't work. Woodrow recovers it, and they'll have possession on the Bluefield 49-yard line. It'll be first down, mark at the 48-yard line. So they're on the plus side of midfield at the Beaver 48. Woodrow will operate with wide side of the field to the right side as they come to the line of scrimmage with Richardson at the wheel of the offense. Double tight wing, a stack eye or a Maryland eye. And we have an official's timeout early. And for Bluefield, coming to the sideline on that first play is Josiah Campbell. I guess they have an equipment malfunction, and Bluefield will sub in his place Jamarius Smith in the defensive backfield. But a stick eye or a Maryland eye, and that's the offense Bridgeport used a few years ago to keep Bluefield from going back-to-back in the state championship game. So a new wrinkle for the Flying Eagles. Stick eye, quarterback under center, and he'll hand it to the top of the I formation, and running to the left side for short yardage was Christian Stewart. Stewart punctuated that time. One of the guys leading the charge defensively, make it Connor Ray on the carry, and for Bluefield, Ty Patton and Francisco double-teamed for the stop. Gain of 1, second down and 9 for the Flying Eagles. Ball midway between the hashes as they take it right to left. This time they go double wing, double tight end set, and one setback. Tall sweep comes to the interior man on the wing back around, and Bluefield stops Waller in his tracks. I believe it was Wade who came up quickly to slam the door at the 46. So after short gains on first and second down, Woodrow looks at a 3rd down and 9. So 3rd down and 9 for Woodrow Wilson. Or check it, 3rd and 7. The line they need is the 39. Double wing, tight set. Send a man in motion on the inside handoff. They crack it back to the left side, and for first down yardage and then some is Woodrow's inside reverse hander. It is M.J. Staples carrying it from his 46 to the Bluefield 32, a 14-yard pickup. The misdirection worked on the scissor or the inside handoff for the Flying Eagles. So Woodrow with a first down. They moved the chains as Bluefield had them off schedule, but Woodrow's counter saw nobody from Bluefield home on the backside. 10:42 and counting in a scoreless opening quarter. Woodrow this time sends 2 wide right, a wing back on the left side, quarterback in the gun, and he'll feed it to the first man through. Stopped cold by R.J. Hairston is the running back, and that one more time is Staples for the carry for about a yard to the 32. Second down. Now they'll mark it back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Second down at the 32. Bluefield had an onside kick that misfired, and Beckley trying to take advantage of the good field position. 2 wide to the right side, a wingback on the left side for the Flying Eagles. Richardson on a pre-snap penalty sees that play grind to the halt. They were trying to throw with a bubble screen. Bluefield encroached, got in the neutral zone, and they were flagged for it. So that takes the 2nd and 10 and makes it 2nd down and 5. That's the first penalty of the afternoon for Bluefield. Tyquise Powell at the defensive end got off the blocks a little prematurely. Just a couple of ticks over 10 minutes left in the opening quarter. Woodrow in first possession. They took over at the Bluefield 48, and now they're down at the 28. Bluefield shows a 4-man front, double wing formation. Toss sweep comes to the inside, and this is Connor Ray getting to the 25 before he is wrestled back by Jaden Francisco. Francisco put a bear hug on him and dropped him back a couple of yards and on his wallet. It is 3rd down and 4 for Woodrow. Earlier they converted on a 3rd down and 7. Woodrow, choir loft huddle, and they'll come to the line of scrimmage. Again, they showed double tight end. They go in balanced, check it, balanced line, double wing formation. Toss sweep to the right side, inside handoff on the counter again, and this time Bluefield's there on the backside as the running back Waller had no place to go. And for Bluefield, on the play, coming up to make the first contact was Landon Crane from the secondary, from a linebacker spot. Crane undersized, but a very tenacious interior linebacker. Now it's 4th down for Woodrow, 4th down and a couple, and they're going to go for it on 4th down and about 2 from just inside the 25. They need the 23. Woodrow, line of scrimmage. They go with a double wing and 1 setback. Richardson tries to get the Beavers to encroach. They did not jump on the hard count. This time they'll go back to the left side, and for first down yardage on the wingback trap is Woodrow's M.J. Staples, and he picked up 5. That'll move the chains. Another Woodrow first down. That's their second, and they are down at the Bluefield 19. Misdirection has twice burned the Beavers. This time the inside trap as they look to go to the right side and countered back with the left halfback coming inside to the right. Wide side of the field will be to the right for Woodrow as they go double wing with 1 setback. Bluefield tightens up that 4-man front. Quarterback again, reverse waggle, hands it to the left side, and they get more positive yardage, but not extensive as they go from just inside the 20, Stewart down to the 18. I think Patton gets credit for the initial hit. 2nd and 8. First and second downs have not been the problem for the Beavers in this drive. It's the inability to stop them on 3rd or 4th down. They converted a 3rd and 7 and then a 4th and 2 to keep this drive going. In Bluefield's red zone at the 17-yard line. They've already used up 4.5 minutes of the opening quarter. No score. Woodrow Wilson with a wing left, wing right, double wing formation. One setback offset from the quarterback under center. Movement by the offense. Bluefield reacted to it, and so that will be a pre-snap procedure call against the Flying Eagles. Movement on the left side of that offensive line, and the ball will be pushed back to the 22. Both teams have been flagged once in the early game. This puts a 2nd down and 7 at the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 12. Woodrow with 2 wide to the right side, a wing on the left side. He's got Staples as his setback. Richardson drops the pass. Hit as he throws, and the ball flutters to the turf, incomplete. On the blitz coming up the middle was R.J. Hairston from his linebacker or his edge rusher split.
It'll be 3rd and 12 for Beckley.
So R.J. with the pressure and the hit and the hurry. The incompletion, 3rd down and 12. Bluefield has put Woodrow in the 3rd and long posture that they wanted to do, but now they just got to go ahead and finish the deal. 3rd and 12 at the Bluefield 22. The line they need to gain is the 10. 3rd and long. They go with the stick-eye formation, double tight end. Man motions out of it. Toss sweep goes to the right side to Connor Ray. In all kinds of trouble as the Beavers string it out and bury him behind the line of scrimmage. Hairston again makes the play. So remember R.J. on 2nd down, the pressure and the hurry on the quarterback, and this time he flew from his edge rusher, stretched the play out, and not only stretched it to turn it in, but he closed the deal. So it's 4th down and loss of yardage back to the 30-yard line. So Woodrow going to go for it here on 4th and 20 at the 30. Ball controlled by the Woodrow offense has chewed up nearly 6 minutes. Here it's 4th down and 20. The snap to Richardson, empty backfield, scrambles, fires a pass to the left side, got a man open, and the pass is incomplete. Closing late to make a play is Bluefield's Wade, but they did have the receiver, Christian Stewart, who was wide open, and it was the closing speed of Wade to come in. And remember, Wade playing in that cast, he's got a broken hand, and he used his other hand to break the pass up. So it's 1st and 10 for Bluefield. So that drive, which started at the Bluefield 48, now bogs down at the Bluefield 30. First possession for the Beavers. That last drive was 11 plays and no touchdown. Bluefield with split left, wide side right, 2 wide out to the right side. Quarterback in the gun. Fields will take it on the quarterback keeper, and Fields weaves his way through traffic up the middle, and he serpentines his way to the 36-yard line. So Fields comes to the sideline to get the call with just less than half of the opening quarter left. No score. Beckley, an 11-play drive that did not dent the end zone. So after the 7-yard gain on their first offensive snap, Bluefield line of scrimmage. 2 split left, wide side of the field to the right, wingback on the right side. They send a man in motion, jet sweep to Campbell. Campbell looked to cut it up inside, and the mind said go, and the feet said no, and they slipped out from beneath him, and J.J. skids to a halt for a loss of a yard back at the 36. Thought he had a seam back inside, planted, and his feet betrayed him. So a big 3rd down for Bluefield. 3rd down and 4. They need to get just past the 40-yard line to sustain this drive. Bluefield sends Campbell wide to the right side. They've got 2 wide to the left side. Fields is in the backfield. and they'll motion a man out to that side. That's Willis Wilson. Snap, and it goes right back up the middle. First down yardage and then some to Wade, running hard. Wade rambles across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Great job up front. Remember, the Beavers are outsized in between the tackles with a 340 and a 310, but they did a nice job in creating a seam, and Wade took it north and south for the first down. So from the 36 to the 45, a 9-yard gain. Move the sticks, and the Beavers have a new set of downs. Inside 5 minutes and counting in the opening quarter. Wilson to the left side and 2 wide to the right side. Fields in the gun. Fields play fakes, pump fakes, tries to keep it. Will go back to the left side. Fields breaks a tackle and a second tackle. Looked like there was an inadvertent whistle somewhere, but Fields is able to sustain his feet and run for some tough after-contact yardage. He was hit in the backfield and was able to take it down to the 49. Nice job by Fields to shake off a would-be tackle for loss and get Bluefield into Woodrow territory for the first time. Ball 18 yards from the right sideline as the Beavers take it left to right on second down. Twins to the boundary side to the left. Fields again on the keeper. Fields hurdles a tackler, and Fields running laterally will be close to the sticks at the 45-yard line. Nice job by Sincere. He's a tough young man. He plays so many downs, and he's a high-contact guy who's 5'8" and 150. So third down and a yard for Bluefield. They converted earlier on 3rd and 4. Bluefield with one setback, 2 wide to the boundary side. Again, it's Fields. Fields puts his head down, and in old single-wing fashion, he takes the direct snap, goes over the A gap on the right side, and Sincere is able to thunder down to the 40. Another set of first downs, and the Beavers 2 for 2 in third down conversions. Woodrow shuttling in people defensively as Bluefield offensively has had the better of it in the trenches early. They'll send Wilson as a flanker left, 2 wide to the right side. And Sincere's got it. Sincere will pass. Drops it back. Fires a pass high and deep. RJ looking to get it. Great grab by Hairston. Some hand fighting defensively. He high points it at the 14. RJ is a force in one-on-one. He's big enough to fight off the hand fighting as the refs let him play, and he also is enough of a skywalker to get up and high point the ball and bring it in. So the Beavers with about a 30-yard pass completion. Sincere Fields to R.J. Hairston, an equal opportunity ball, and he went up and caught it. Another big play by R.J., who had 2 big defensive plays on the other side of the ball. 1st and 10 at the Woodrow 13-yard line. Shotgun for Sincere. Sincere looks to cut it back to the left side, and this time he's yanked down behind the line of scrimmage on that carry. Looked like Harlan Todd on the stop. Check it. Keandre Good has got a number change from what a roster showed. So a loss of about a yard and a half, and it's second down and a short 12 for the Beavers. Woodrow ready for that quarterback keeper. It's not a draw. It's just a straight quarterback run, designed run in between the tackles. This time Bluefield sends the 2 wide to the boundary side, or to the far side, to the left side. This time they go up the middle, and this is Patton breaking tackles and losing his feet as he backpedals down to the 10. Tough running by Patton. Picks up about 5, brings up 3rd and 7. Ty Patton, another key factor for the Beavers. So 3rd down and 7, Bluefield possibly in 4 down territory, depending upon the success of this 3rd down play. Bluefield will send 1 to the right side, and that is Campbell, 2 to the left side for Sincere and company. This time again they go, and this is Bluefield breaking it for first down yardage. It was either Wade or Hairston. I think it was Wade over the right side. One wears 8, the other wears 6. And this time it was Gerard Wade. He gets down to the spot is the 4, and it'll be 4th down and about a yard and a half. Remember, Bluefield lost a couple of yards on first down. So 4th down on the yard at the 4-yard line for the Beavers. Fields the snap. Fields the keep. Fields the first down and possibly the touchdown. They mark his knee down at the 1. Well, what a great lead block he got down to the 1-yard line. Now, the officials have a timeout on the field. Bluefield calls a timeout. They called timeout before that play by Sincere. So we'll take this 30-second pause for the calls as we go to break. No score. The Beavers and Woodrow, late stages of the opening quarter, Bluefield in the red zone. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver basketball.
And Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition.
For drivers on the road, Bill Cole Auto Mall wants to ensure everyone understands what we offer.
Hey, y'all. What's up, fam? Bill Cole Auto Mall's the place to buy your next new or used vehicle.
If you want to cop the sickest whip, you gotta peep Bill Cole.
We have the best selection, flexible financing, and top dollar for your trade-in.
We got a dope selection, fire payment options, and we're giving top dollar for your old whip.
Before you buy, give us a try.
Don't sleep on us. Come vibe with us before you make a move.
At Bill Cole, we speak your language.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Not only did Sincere get the first down, but tough running and a terrific lead block on that side by Bluefield's Justin King, who cleared the way, and Sincere tenaciously fought through the goal line attempt to tackle. That was for Bluefield a 70-yard drive. PAT will be attempted by Bluefield's Rife. Rife out of the hold of Dunford. Snap, placement, and the kick. And he line drives it through the uprights, between the pipes. And as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 7, Woodrow Wilson nothing. We'll be back with a Woodrow kickoff. With 58 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, you are listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WHIS AM 1440.
Teamwork makes the dream. This summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens MITSUBISHI in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel-efficient rides on the road, the all-new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all-new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP, plus 0.9% financing available. Come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton.
On WKOY 100.9 FM, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
Stevens Mitsubishi drive recap. New and certified pre-owned Mitsubishis can be bought locally at Stevens in Princeton. Stevens even services what they sell right on site. 11 plays and 58 yards. The big one, or check it, 70 yards. And this line drive kickoff is bobbled by M.J. Staples, running laterally, loses the ball, puts it on the deck at the 32, and Bluefield, I think, has recovered it.
Loose football on the field. It's recovered by the Beavers.
Was that Wade who made the recovery?
At the Beckley 33-yard line. First and 10.
So Bluefield trying to take advantage of a special teams miscue. The squib kick was giving Staples trouble. He tried to put it away, and as he ran from left to right, he bobbled it a second time, was separated by a hit, and Bluefield was able to cover it. So the Beavers, with a great break, they're on the plus side of the field at the Woodrow 33. On the heels of that 11-play, 70-yard drive, Bluefield sends two wide to the right side, balanced line, and a wing the other side. They go to J.J. Campbell on the sweep to the outside. Campbell looks to get to the corner and does, and J.J. turns it upfield for solid, positive yardage. On that side for Bluefield, I think that was R.J. He was on the edge, who was able to take out the contained corner and allow J.J. to show off his afterburners, and J.J. with a 7-yard gain down to the 25, running left. The Beavers in the closing stages of the opening quarter, having scored just a moment ago with 58 ticks remaining on a 4-yard field run. Bluefield 2 wide to the left side, 1 to the right, and it's Sincere operating out of the pistol. Man in motion across the formation, and there's a pre-snap flag. Procedure against Bluefield. One of the interior 5, I guess a flinch pre-snap, and that changes that second and short and second and moderately long, 2nd down and 7 after the 8-yard run. Bluefield's been flagged twice in the opening quarter for 10 yards, quickly to the line of scrimmage, 2 to the left, 1 to the right side, wide side right. They send Wilson in motion and go back to the middle to Wade, check it to Patton, and Patton goes nowhere as he stopped at the line of scrimmage at the 30. They tried to stretch the defense with a misdirection on the Campbell motion to the right side and counter back to the inside, but Woodrow read their keys and they were right where they needed to be. 22 ticks left in the opening quarter. Bluefield with a 3rd down and long. The line they need is the 23 as J.J. comes to the sideline to get the play call. 12 on the snap clock as the Beavers come to the line of scrimmage. They'd be better off really just letting the clock expire so they can talk it over.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
And that's exactly what they'll do. At the end of 1 quarter, the Beavers will have a minute to debate what they call on 3rd down and 7. As we flip into the field for this 60-second break entering the 2nd quarter, Bluefield leads Woodrow 7-zip. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WHIS, AM 1440, and online at WKOYRocks.com.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. We have one of the largest selections of inventory. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
Nobody beats Friendship Kia of Beckley.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
You're listening to Bluefield Beavers football on WKOY 100.9 FM, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
Don't forget, at the end of the game, we'll be picking out the Tasty Queen, or the Dairy Queen Big Play. It's a tasty play by Dairy Queen. For all your tasty favorites, head to Dairy Queen. From blizzards to dip cakes, chicken strip baskets to the best hot dogs in town. Personalized ice cream cakes for your next party. Open 7 days a week till 10 p.m. Cumberland Road at Dairy Queen. Bluefield with a 3rd down and 7 as they make it right to left in the 2nd quarter out of the gun. Sincere Fields. He sends a man in motion, and there is a flag. I think that play goes for about a yard, but I think J.J. Campbell motioned a little prematurely, and that'll be another procedure call against the Beavers.
Illegal motion against the Beavers. There was no gain on the play.
5-yard penalty, so that brings up 3rd down and 12. Earlier, when Bluefield needed a big play, they just alley-ooped it to R.J. Hairston, and now it will be, they decline it, so they'll take the result of the play, which was a 2-yard gain, and it will bring up 4th down, taking no gain, and it'll be 4th down and 7 at the 30. Early 2nd period, Bluefield up by 7. Crane is tight end to the right side, wing on the right, and 2 wide out to the left side. He's got Wade as his lone setback, does Fields in the shotgun. Now they send Campbell in motion, look to the right, flare it to him. He's got room. Campbell looks to cut it up. Fakes one way. That's the 2nd time he's slipped, and he's been unable to make that cut, and it is for Woodrow Wilson Staples coming up to shove him out of bounds, and the ball will go over on downs to Woodrow at their own 30-yard line. So Woodrow taking over at its own 30. very much like Bluefield taking over its first drive on its own 30 in the first quarter of play. So Woodrow at its 30. They trail it by 7 as the Bluefield offense bogs down. It started off promisingly with the turnover, but they're unable to capitalize. Too wide to the left side for Woodrow. Again, Richardson, the quarterback. This time he feeds it up the middle. Breaking tackles on the left side is Stewart. And Stewart is able to get some tough yardage after contact and fight his way down to the 39. That's a 9-yard gain. Bluefield from the secondary. Jamarius Smith up to make the stop. So a 9-yard pickup for Woodrow on first down. And it's 2nd down and 1 at the Flying Eagles 39. Early second period action. 2 wide to the left side, tight end and a wing on the right side. Snap. They run the double handoff. It comes to the left side, and it is Woodrow's Ray, and Ray is able on the counter with the trap block get into Beaver territory down to the Bluefield 48-yard line. 13 yards on the gain. Wade made the stop, and they'll send Bluefield's R.J. Hairston check it to the sideline. See what the coaches are saying. They're talking to the Bluefield sideline now. They do move the sticks. Not really sure what that conversation is about, but Woodrow taking advantage of the officials' timeout, as is Bluefield on the near side. Gerard Wade. I think the wrath of a hit on that play, and he's trying to shake it off in the Bluefield huddle after the officials' timeout. Woodrow taking over as Bluefield's drive stalled at the Flying Eagles 30, and after a 9-yard first down run by Stewart, they got a misdirect trap.
Will the band stop playing, please? Thank you.
So they need a volunteer to work the chain gang on the far side. We've had lightning delays, and we've had rain delays in years past. But this is perhaps something we may have seen once in 50-some years of broadcasting, but not often. So they need a volunteer on the chain gang on the far side. As they hold both teams in the huddle. For Bluefield, an open date next week, and then they return to action against Independence. So in games 1 and 5 of the year, Bluefield will have faced defending state champions, and games 2, 3, and 4 against solid AAA oppositions. As they search for someone willing to come down and work the chain gang, now they found someone, I think, working their way across the field. And with 10:52 remaining, one of the more unusual stoppages of play, as the volunteer, who I guess handled the down marker, will go across the way. The chains being held on the visitors or the Woodrow side this afternoon. A chance for both teams. Bluefield really perhaps a little bit of a break, because after Woodrow came out early with some pretty basic excavate folk stuff, and it's 1st and 10 for Woodrow at the Bluefield 48-yard line after the 13-yard misdirection run by Ray. Early second period of play. The score, we don't know the time because the scoreboard clock goes in and out. They've got a short somewhere between the clock operator and the scoreboard clock. So 1st and 10 at the Beaver 48, and here we go. Back to game action. 7-zip Bluefield. Woodrow on the move on the plus side of the 50 after a first down. 2 wide left side, wing back right side. Ball midway between the hashes. They run the inside bubble, and it's complete to E.J. Waller. Stop and go move, and Waller finally dragged down at the 29. Fields with the stop after a 19-yard bubble screen to the left.
That's a gain of 19 and a first down for the Flying Eagles.
Another first down for Beckley. They have 4. A flag on the play, though. Hold on the defense. So that is normally a spot foul. It occurred upfield. So it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which looks to be between the Bluefield 41 and 42.
In case you couldn't hear it, it was a hold on Beckley. That will be a 10-yard penalty and move the ball.
And the do-si-do, put your left foot in, put your left foot out, takes them forward for first down yardage, potentially. And now they go backward. And so it's still first down, but with the odd down distance combo with first down and 13, make it 16 yards. And another penalty against Beckley. A 15-yard penalty. I'm guessing unsportsmanlike, but I didn't hear the handle or hear the call. So back-to-back penalties by the Flying Eagles, and they're within 3 yards of their starting point on this possession. They're at their own 33, and they need the Bluefield 38. That is first and 29. So the Flying Eagles behind the sticks here as Bluefield gets a bit of a flag reprieve. 2 wide to the left side, wing back and a tight end right. Short drop by the quarterback. Pass is deflected in the air and picked out of, no, it's off the ground as Bluefield's Tyquise Powell picks it off. RJ got a big mid on it inside and topped it up. And it was Tyquise Powell trying to get the scoop and score, but the ball hit the turf first. That's the second time in 3 pass attempts for Woodrow that Hairston's pressure coming off the edge has disrupted the pass game. So 2nd and 29 for the Flying Eagles at their own 33. Early second quarter, Bluefield up 7-zip. A Woodrow drive that started promisingly has been, for the moment, sidetracked by those back-to-back penalties. 2nd and 29 from their 33. 2 wide to the boundary side, a wingback on the right or the wide side. Snap comes to Richardson. Quick release goes to the right side. It's complete to Waller. Waller hit after about a 10-yard gain. He was chopped down immediately by Bluefield's Gerard Wade, and it's about a 10 yards, and Woodrow looks at 3rd down and 9. Take it 3rd and 18. Woodrow 2 of 4 in the pass game for 30 yards. 9:45 and counting, period number 2. Bluefield in a matinee performance on a Saturday against Beckley. 3rd and 18 for the Flying Eagles from their 44. Wing left, 2 wide right, 4-man defensive front. Richardson drops, pressured, sacked, fumbled, picked up by Bluefield. Tyquise Powell's going to get a scoop and score for the Beavers. I think that was Hairston again, who came from the blind side with a hit. And Tyquise Powell with a 35-yard scoop and score as Bluefield pressure again resulted in it. And Tyquise Powell with the scoop and score with 9:22 left in the half. 35 yards approximately on the fumble recovery return by Tyquise Powell.
Eli Rife in to kick the extra point.
Rife to attempt the PAT out of the Dunford hold. So the turnover results in the score. Beckley with a 6-play drive that came apart at the seams with the back-to-back penalties, and then the pressure on the quarterback. The officials are calling Dunford for another flag. Evidently, this crew cracks down if your knee pad rises up above the knee. And when Dunford crouched,
must leave the field. His pants did not cover his knees.
That sounds like a some sort of 1950s prurience rule that you'd see in middle school. Your hem has to be so many inches below your knee. In this case, and I'm sure it's for safety purposes because so many players, as a style statement.
The holder, so now the Beavers are going to go for 2.
So Bluefield decides to go for 2 as they will mark the ball back. They haven't yet. But we'll see. Now they'll keep it right there, but it's just sort of a, I guess, an infraction in terms of protocol and player safety. 9:22 remaining in period number 2. Bluefield, a quick turnover and score on the scoop and score by Powell. I believe it was Bluefield's R.J. who hit the quarterback Richardson from the blind side and separated him from the ball. And Powell scooped it and took it to the end zone. And a delay of game against Bluefield. So a 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 8-yard line. So now, the much anticipated PAT. Bluefield going for 2, and the ball spotted at the 8-yard line on the 2-pointer. Tight end to the right side and twins to the left side. They might run something fade to R.J. Man in motion, fade to R.J., left corner of the end zone, and the pass is overthrown, and they're going to get a pass interference call, I think, on Bluefield's R.J. Hairston. Looked like he shoved off. So we'll see. I believe it'll be a pass interference offense. Pass interference. No, on the defense. The PAT, there was some hand fighting, and this time the flag goes against the Flying Eagles. That will move the ball from the 8 to the 4. And perhaps one of the most eagerly awaited point afters in the history of the world. And now Bluefield will attempt the PAT. And Dunford's back in. He's got that knee pad adjusted below the knee. Snap, placement, and the kick. And he squibs it through. Didn't have a lot of altitude, just enough to get it between the pipes and over the bar. So as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 14, Beckley 0. We'll be back with the Beavers kickoff after this on Bluefield Beaver football.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Accept the challenge.
to the left side. Snap goes to Richardson, looks to the right side, complete for first down yardage. On that side, it is Elijah Redfern, draws a crowd at the 45-yard line. Just a quick curl route or a hook route, and Bluefield gave Redfern quite a cushion from the 35 to the 45-yard line, a 10-yard pickup. So Woodrow now 3 of 5 through the air for 40 yards. Quickly line of scrimmage, the Flying Eagles, 2 to the left side, wide side to the right side. Quarterback goes to the left side, and this will be Staples. Bluefield stays at home, and Wade, who is spying on Staples from his linebacker, make it Richardson on the carry. Wade spying on him, and Bluefield forces the second down. 2nd and 10. They faked it up the middle, and there was some ambivalence on the mesh because the running back looked backward like he was supposed to get it on that read keeper. But they avoided the turnover and got no gain. 2nd down and 10. Richardson at the wheel of the Woodrow offense. One back behind him. Tight double set. He goes this time to the left side to Ford, and Ford, one of their bigger running backs, thunders for a couple before Bluefield's second line of defense comes in to make the play. I think Sincere Fields had a piece of the action flying up from the safety. A 1-yard gain as they spot forward progress. Take it 2 yards to the 47-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 8. 7:14 on a moving first half clock in the second quarter. Richardson, the angular 6'1 junior, gets the call from the sideline, and they'll break the choir loft huddle and come toward the line of scrimmage. They've been working the left hash mark, so wide side to the right. 2 receivers go that direction, 1 to the left on 3rd and 8. He looks to the left side, fires a pass to the under route, and it went through the hands, a little bit behind. That's Redburn, and it's 4th down. Elijah Redfern had hands of Teflon. The ball wouldn't stick to him. So it's 4th down now, and 8 yards to go for Woodrow. And they may be going ahead. I haven't, yeah, we do see Radford in. He handles all of their place kicking and punting. So they show punt on this 4th down and 8 at their own 47-yard line.
In punt formation for Woodrow Wilson.
Bluefield has no one deep, and now Sincere Fields will drop back. He'll take the snap at the 35 and strike it at the 37. Pressure on, high floater to the left side, angles it out of bounds, and it'll go out of bounds with no return, and they'll spot it right at the 20. 33 yards and 33 yards net on the first punt of the game for Beckley.
They're going to mark it at the 25-yard line.
Now they spot the 25, so that makes it a 28-yard punt.
They're going to put the ball at the 26.
Now the 26-yard line.
10 for the Beavers.
So Bluefield 1st and 10 at its 26 after they forced the Beckley punt. Fields in the gun, Shadowback on his left hip. And this time he'll field it or hand it to the Shadowback, Patton, and Patton is just inhaled behind the line of scrimmage as Woodrow overwhelmed Bluefield, and their penetration blew up the play before it had a chance to get started. That time the line of scrimmage belonged to the Eagle front four. 2nd down as Patton found no running room. A loss of a yard. An offensive score, 11 plays, 58 yards, the 4-yard touchdown run by Fields, and then a scoop and score by Powell after a hit by R.J. forced a fumble by the quarterback. 35 yards on that one. And now we have a whistle stoppage, and as Bluefield was flirting with a snap clock violation, they burn their second of 3 first-half timeouts. Chance for us to take this 30-second break as we go to break. The score, midway through the second quarter, Bluefield 14, Woodrow Wilson nothing. Back in a half minute on Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
The the summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens MITSUBISHI in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel-efficient rides on the road, the all-new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all-new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP plus 0.9% financing available. Come see us at Stevens MITSUBISHI in Princeton.
You're listening to Bluefield Beavers football on WKOY 100.9 FM, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
Chance for Beaver Nation to be quarterbacks on the sidelines of the headset. 2nd down and 11. Now Woodrow sending middle heat up to try to stifle Bluefield's A-gap runs that are productive. Earlier they sent J.J. on a sprint wide, faked the jet sweep, but he did have room to run on one run to the right. 2 wide to the left side, and they send him in motion, and the quarterback on the counter will be Fields keeping it, and Fields gets tough yardage before he is team tackled at the 28-yard line. 5-yard pickup by Bluefield. They try to influence the defense with a motion and ran back counter motion with the quarterback. Bluefield just shy of the 30. The line they need is the 36 on this 3rd down and 7. 5:24 and counting in case you just tuned in. Bluefield up by a couple of touchdowns, 14-zip. Hairston comes wide left, as does Wilson, and 1 wide out to the right side. Fields fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's decked in the backfield. Again, Beckley getting some pressure and penetration up the middle, and Bluefield not having that success they had earlier, and that will force Bluefield into a punt posture on 4th down at their own 26. All year long, the Beavers have struggled just a bit with net punting yards. Sincere also does the punting. Waller and Stewart double deep. You got Stewart deeper at his own 40, and Waller is the up back at the 50. Fields will take the snap at the 16. Return is on. High, short, wobbly kick that will be fielded by the up back, and that is Waller. And Waller knocked off his pins immediately. Jamarius Smith for Bluefield tackled them both, the up back and the deep back, as they collided at the football. So from Bluefield's 23, a 27-yard punt. And Beckley takes over just on the Bluefield side of the 50. Woodrow has aired it out more than we thought. They've thrown it 5 times, have completed 3 for 40 yards. They send an empty backfield now. 2 left and 3 right. Quarterback will keep it himself, running up the middle, stretching the formation, and Richardson finding room to run and picks up about 7 running up the middle before Bluefield's second line of defense closes the door. The spot will be the 43.5. And as Woodrow is getting solid first down yardage. But that time they went counter playbook as they went with an empty backfield, but still ran it up the middle. Everything else on the wide sides was window dressing. 2nd down and 3 at the 43. Low snap fielded by Richardson. Throws it to the left side, complete to Redfern, and Redfern taken to the sideline for first down yardage at the 38. 6-yard gain on Elijah Redfern. Bluefield giving him a heck of a cushion just because that's in deference to the speed that Elijah Redfern has, and Woodrow's taking advantage of that. That is Woodrow's 5th first down. Bluefield with just 3. Flying Eagles send 2 in either direction at the 38-yard line. Empty backfield. Quarterback again will try to take it up the middle, and this time Francisco bear hugs him and drops him backward. Francisco penetrated and stopped him cold. So a loss of a couple. 2nd down and 12. Last year I just said on one tackle, Francisco on the tackle, and he loved that. That's one thing he showed me at the end of the season, his highlight. 3:07 and counting. As Francisco, who's really rounded into a solid two-way lineman performer. Two wide, and make it trips wide. It's an empty backfield for Woodrow. Staples has time, fires the under route, and the pass is complete for short yardage before Bluefield reacts and stops him shy of the sticks. On the tackle, Jabez Sims dropping back to make the tackle. So 3rd down and 6, but Sims at 265 pounds showed nice mobility and cover responsibilities. So Woodrow 5 of 7 for 63. And they go for it here on this 3rd down and 6. Again, an empty backfield. A motion by the wideout on the left side, Redfern, who missed the snap count.
Here's the official's announcement.
That's the 4th flag on Beckley for 35 yards.
5-yard penalty will move the ball back to the 39, where it'll be 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11 now for the Flying Eagles. You'd think if they got half of it on this 3rd down, they'll go for it on 4th. 2:17 and counting as they come again. Empty backfield, 2 left, 3 right for Richardson. Richardson the snap. Fires a pass to the right side, and the pass is incomplete, was behind the intended receiver, and Bluefield Sincere Fields had a contested shot at an interception. The intended receiver, Staples, had to turn defensive back, and Sincere was trying to flip the honors and turn wide receiver, but the incompletion makes it 4th down for Woodrow. Woodrow now 5 of 8 in the pass game. Going to go for it here on 4th down and 11 at the 39 of Bluefield. 5 wide. The Beavers have not gotten much pressure on this as they've sought to play cover. Snap to Staples. This time they're coming right up the middle. Flush him out of the pocket. Fires it to the left. And a hold call inside, or check out a flag inside in the area you normally see holding. But Bluefield got tremendous interior pressure applied that time. And I believe that was Tyquise Powell coming right up the gut to put some heat in the kitchen. The penalty against Bluefield. Five-yard face mask penalty. It is not an automatic penalty, the major variety. It's a 5-yard face mask against Bluefield.
They moved it 7 yards.
Rick Baker correcting the official, and that won't do us any favors later on in the game at the 34-yard line. On the penalty, it is now 4th down and 7. They look to the left side. They throw to the left side, and the pass is dropped. He had the intended receiver wide open, and Waller was turning to make a move before he secured the ball. So the Beavers dodge a bit of a bullet right there, and the ball goes over on downs to Bluefield. With 2:03 left in a second quarter, punctuated a bit more than the first quarter by penalties, Bluefield with 1 timeout remaining, but they're 60-plus yards from the promised land at their own 34. Twins to the right side and a wingback on the left. Shotgun snap goes to Sincere, and Sincere on the inside handoff goes to Wade. Wade fights for tough yardage. Remember, he's just got one strong hand with which to hold the football. And when you get in those rugby scrums, that second and third guy in on the tackle will be raking to try to separate him from the football. Gerard did a nice job holding on to it, a modest 2-yard first down gain. 66 yards rushing for the Beavers. A minute 35. Bluefield at this point in no real hurry as they come to the line of scrimmage on second down. They need a first down before they get frisky on the playbook. 2 wide left and 1 wide right. Sincere will keep it himself and bounce it to the outside. Sincere plants, cuts up, and again, footing is an issue as his feet slipped when he tried to cut and go up.
At the 38-yard line, timeout Beckley.
Woodrow calls a timeout. That's their second of 3 with 1:08 left in the opening quarter. We'll keep it right here for this one. And again, Beaver Nation, if you are making the play calls for Bluefield, do you go for the first down and possibly through the air and risk the incompletion that stops the clock? Or do you take the safer route and force Woodrow to use its final timeout to stop the clock and have a little bit of time for their offense? And they'll most likely take over on their side of midfield. So that's what they're debating. It's a risk-reward situation on the sidelines. I used to say it's a chess match on the sidelines, but it's sweat and toil on the AstroTurf. And a little bit too much of that sweat or toil has made this AstroTurf a little bit slick. 2 or 3 times in the game, runners have planted to try to make a strong cut, and their feet have flown from beneath them. Woodrow, after the timeout, will send its defense. And we'll see what the Beaver playbook calls here. Hairston draws a crowd. It looks like they're going to, well, they play one-on-one straight up on him, but I'm sure that corner will shade his way. 2 wide, 1 in either direction. Now the corner drops off Redfern, and they'll go with a sweep to the left side to Wilson. Wilson looks to cut it up. Wilson across the 40 to the 44. Great run by Willis Wilson, and he'll be close to the first down. It didn't look like it had that kind of chance, but the freshman rolled it to the right side, and I think he got just enough for the first down.
Timeout Beckley, as it'll be 4th and 1.
Check it. It's 4th and 1. They rule he was down at the 41. Again, an opportunity for Beaver Nation to get into the sideline huddle and the considerations. 4th down and less than a yard. Woodrow has a minute left in the first half. Discretion, being the better part of valor, would dictate that you punt here, but no guts, no glory. We'll see what the Beavers decide to do on the near side. So a real opportunity to try to put the headset on if you're listening up and down the Beaver broadcast network. First half, Bluefield was 7 in each quarter. They got the opening score with 58 ticks remaining in the half at the end of an 11-play, 70-yard drive as Sincere Fields took it into his own hands and crossed the goal line, and Bluefield's Rife hit the PAT. Second one, a 35-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Tyquise Powell after R.J. Hairston, who's been a real factor as the edge rusher on Bluefield's defense, getting into the backfield, being disruptive. I believe he's the guy that made the hit that forced, on from the blind side, that forced that fumble that resulted in the Beaver score. And that's where we stand here on this 4th down. Remember, Sincere to quarterback as well. Do they go hard count right here and then take a 5-yard penalty? We'll see. 2 wide in either direction. Sincere on the long count sends a man in motion. Beckley jumping, but he'll keep it now, and he's going for the first down. Has got it, as Sincere Fields will wade to midfield. And Bluefield with 1 minute exactly left. So the Beavers roll the dice. They needed a 1 yard, but they decided to go ahead and risk-reward, play the chance. And it came up 7s and 11s for the Beavers. Fields with another first down run. The Beavers do not use the timeout as they got it at midfield, but they may have kept it out of Woodrow's hands for the first half. And Beaver gets first possession second half. 1 wide to the right, 2 to the left side. The snap to Fields. Looks left, wants to go to R.J. and can't, and he's sacked back at the 35. That's a great decision by by Sincere not to throw it or risk the turnover, as he was in the grasp of a defender. And that time, losing the yardage was not as costly as the higher probability of a turnover. And Bluefield will, with 10 seconds left, the officials didn't reset the snap clock, and so the Beavers will just let the first half expire. That's it. At the end of one half of play, the score is Bluefield 14 and Woodrow nothing. We'll be back with first half scoring after this. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com. Back in 60 seconds.
Get the one and done you want for your dog.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. We have one of the largest selections of inventory. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
Nobody beats Friendship Kia of Beckley.
First Sentinel Bank has 9 branches throughout the communities of southwestern Virginia and southern West Virginia. And for every locality, First Sentinel is all in with helping our neighbors achieve their financial goals, endeavoring to be a partner in the growth and success of the people and businesses in our local communities. First Sentinel has built a 45-year reputation of listening to and helping the people in our communities. After all, we are local people serving local people. First Sentinel Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Hey John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
Blindside hit on Richardson, who was separated from the football, and they're into the waiting arms of Bluefield's Tyquise Powell for the scoop and score. The PAT by the Beavers with 9:22 left in the half made it 14-zip, and that's where we are at the end of the first half of play. We'll have more complete stats and more halftime activity after we go to break, but immediately after break, you're going to see or hear an interesting interview by one of Bluefield's stellar student athletes. He is a distance runner and a soccer player, and he's indefatigable as a distance guy on a cross-country course at Oak Hill a couple of weeks ago. He was leading the pack, took a wrong turn, and was able to get back on track after spotting the competitors a couple hundred yards and retrace and get back to the lead and win comfortably. And we're talking about Hank Marson. That's coming up after the break. Again, it's halftime. Bluefield leading Oak Hill 14-zip. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Halftime on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
My husband had lost his job and we had lost our home. We lost everything. That was the reason I decided I was going to go back, because I'm going to go after a degree that I will always have a job. There's such a mixture here. It's not just 20-somethings. It's not just people straight out of high school. There's a lot of support here. Your instructors are readily available. The classrooms are smaller. There's just so much here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Bluefield.
Yeah, that's how we got here.
What's it like coming from a strict military family and then moving into a setting like Bluefield? Because it's a bit of a smaller town feel and vibe to it, and the pace, I'm sure, isn't as brisk as it is at West Point.
Oh, yes, sir. It's definitely a huge transition. I think, going on base for you, like, wherever you go, there's always, like, military, like, anywhere. It's a huge difference. I mean, you can probably imagine, like, going from New York next to the city to Bluefield, West Virginia. It's pretty drastic, but I love it here. I think it's great, and I'm definitely proud to be a Beaver.
One thing that I thought was really interesting was not the fact that you ran and won a very talent-deep Oak Hill Invitational recently, but in cross-country, you took a wrong turn because you hadn't had an opportunity to really scope the course out in advance. And by the time you were alerted to the fact that it was a wrong turn, time was wasting because everybody else was out of the pits, so to speak, and they were already back on the track. And yet, you, because of an extraordinary amount of stamina, you were able to go ahead and not only spot the field a few hundred yards, but come to catch them and then win rather comfortably. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because that not only gives you the medal, but it also gives you a life experience you can tell your grandkids.
Yeah, so I got there late, and I wasn't able to walk the course. So I knew that I was already at a disadvantage. And so we're going up into the woods, and it's like a sort of split road. So I went the wrong way, and the guy in second place decided just not to tell me I was going the wrong way. So I'm running, and it gets quiet. I don't hear any footsteps behind me. I look back, and I see about 10 dudes, and like they all turn. So I'm in the pretty far behind the crowd now. So I mean, we're only like a mile in. I chose to start pushing my pace because I knew I was going to catch up if I didn't try and knock back right there. And I know I could kind of tell what their paces were, so it was easy for me to track them down one by one. And the guy in first place, he was pretty far ahead, but I slowly, I think about 2 miles in, I slowly started beating down on my pace. I eventually caught up to him and gapped him by a good amount.
You've been described as indefatigable. I talked to Sean Papa, whose son plays for the Bluefield High soccer team, as you do.
but he's talked about the fact that you're indefatigable, that you will go ahead and run distance in the morning and play soccer in the afternoon, or vice versa, and your motor's still running at full throttle throughout the whole thing. Who and what events in your life inspired you to the type of dedication and sacrificial commitment that's needed to perform at the level that you do and in distance running and in soccer?
I think seeing my brother go to Division I in running definitely motivated me to really get out there and do the best I can to get to where he was. I think he's a big motivator for me. He always checks on me, asking how my running's going. He's a big one. And I have a friend in New York who who's recently getting scouted out by Penn State for track. He's a really big motivator for me too. One of my best friends, his dad's the Army track coach. They help me a lot.
Thank you. You're doing great.
And they're definitely just big motivators. And my dad and my mom, obviously, they got me into getting up in the morning to run, running after school. Thank you. It's just like, running every day. You're welcome. So it's hard to stay motivated to do that, but I have a lot of people keeping me holding me down. So it's really my environment.
Do you think that the same character traits that allow you to excel in cross-country and distance running also have very relevant application to the classroom because you're a top-level student?
Oh, yes, sir, I think so. I think managing time is definitely hard, but the same way I get up in the morning to run at 5, I'm able to go home and put in 2 hours to do homework. Because my parents always try and prioritize that over running and soccer. So it's definitely easy for me to stay on track with that stuff.
I know you're active in a lot of civic and community service type things, but you had a unique opportunity this summer, the student life experience at West Point, and I think you may have been the only West Virginian there. What was that like?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. It was pretty cool. I mean, we basically get to live the week of what it would be like to be a fresh cadet at West Point. I mean, it was definitely rough. It was a hard experience, but I mean, I think that was big for me on wanting to go to West Point. That was awesome. It's a really good opportunity. It was really good to meet new friends. And I also got to talk with the Army track coach a little bit. The whole experience was awesome.
You mentioned in the Loop Press article after you won your event in the Oak Hill Invitational that you had some unfinished postseason business. If you could talk a little bit about that and your mindset going into this year's postseason.
Yes, sir. So the way I look at it, every year, no one ever talks about Bluefield's runners. They're unheard of. The cross-country scene's more the Winfield, the Pikeview. So I want to go out there. We have a smaller team, but I want to go out there and show everyone Bluefield isn't a team to forget about. I want to go out there and to show everybody what we can really do and the amount of work we put in. And, just get our names out there.
I know that you've got a lot of options in terms of your post-high school graduation plans. What will likely will play out, or what's on the table is something that you're really excited about?
I think for sure I'm going to either try to go to West Point or get a ROTC scholarship somewhere. So I'm definitely looking to be in the military after high school. And I'm definitely considering running in college. But nothing is set yet. I'm still always thinking about it. It's hard. It's a hard, big decision. So, it's a little confusing, but I'm definitely gonna get there and I'll find out what I'm gonna do.
Hank Morrison, the definition of a student athlete at the high school level. Thanks for taking your time and making it ours.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Pregame continues as we'll have more halftime activity after this message. You're listening to Bluefield High School football on WKOY FM, 100.9 FM, and online at WKOYRocks.com.
Hey, I'm Chastity.
Football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Hey John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
Center defender flying, posterized him. North Carolina Central will play UCLA. UCLA ranked in the top 25, returning to the top 25 this week after a solid start in the Pac-12 that's been a little bit better than folks expected them as they're getting ready to dissolve pretty much after this season. Deontay Powell-Woods, who was an offensive lineman on that 2017 state championship team, and is an Outland Trophy candidate, legit, listed on the preseason list of Outland Trophy possibilities. He's been a 3-year regular as an offensive lineman at Central Michigan, and Central Michigan will go to South Bend, Indiana to play Notre Dame this afternoon. And then this evening you've got Sean Martin and West Virginia University. Sean is kind of one of the poster children of the defense for WVU, and he will be going against Pitt in a renewal of the backyard brawl. Both teams take 1-1 records into that game. And other games around the region this afternoon, Virginia Tech is on the road. The Hokies 1-1. They face Rutgers, which is sort of an upstart surprise at 2-0. 3:30 start in that one. Marshall is open this week, but next week, interesting matchup because Marshall plays at home against Virginia Tech. That game takes place next Saturday on the 23rd. I'm again pinch hitting for Zach Helton, your normal play-by-play guy this year, as Zach hits the road with Bluefield State. The Big Blues play their first official CIAA game since the mid-1950s as they face Johnson C. Smith University. They faced them the last 2 years, but when they played Johnson C. Smith in those 2 seasons, Bluefield was an independent. That game kicks at 6 p.m., and Zach will have the play-by-play call on the B-State app. Both teams are 1-1. West Virginia State, which is, I think, coached by a gentleman who had played ball at Concord, will be facing Concord at 1 o'clock. That game kicked about when we did. That's at Callahan Field in Athens. And Bluefield University, the Rams, unbeaten, and they take to the road, and they play at Bethel University in Tennessee. High school game, Mount View is playing Paden City. Last night, a shootout, Princeton defeated Pulaski County in an intersectional rivalry, 49-40. Freshman Chris Barker, 11 of 12, passing for 260 yards. And Dominic Collins, who just puts on a clinic at the wideout receiver of the slot, had 4 touchdown receptions in that game. A big intersectional battle in the Old Dominion. Union coming to Mitchell Stadium and defeating Graham 27-14. That ends a 33-game regular season win streak for the G-men. Other future opponents who played last night, Ridgeview. And remember last year that win over a previously unbeaten Ridgeview team late catapulted Bluefield into the playoff picture. They beat Virginia High 16-zip. Tazewell outscored Fort Chiswell 44-34. And it is Abingdon at Richlands tonight at 7. Other games last night involving future Bluefield opponents. Allegheny, Virginia outscored Greenbrier East 49-14. Independence defeated Shady in an intra-county game 63-12. Oak Hill, which is a very solid 3-1. They've got some playmakers. They defeated Lincoln County 42-12, and that's the 500th football win in Oak Hill history. They started football in 1921. Westside defeated Pikeview 42-6. And when we return, we'll have the more complete first half statistics and get ready for the start of the second half of play. As we go to break, at the half, the score, Bluefield 14 and Beckley nothing. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and online at WKOIRocks.com.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. We have one of the largest selections of inventory. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
Nobody beats Friendship Kia of Beckley.
First Sentinel Bank has 9 branches throughout the communities of southwestern Virginia and southern West Virginia. And for every locality, First Sentinel is all in with helping our neighbors achieve their financial goals, endeavoring to be a partner in the growth and success of the people and businesses in our local communities. First Sentinel has built a 45-year reputation of listening to and helping the people in our communities. After all, we are local people serving local people. First Sentinel Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Hey John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
Left when a Bluefield pass rush, R.J. Hairston blindside hit on Richardson, the Woodrow quarterback, who lost control of the ball, and it was picked up by Tyquise Powell, who was also in there on the rush. And Tyquise took it to the promised land from 35 yards out. And that's where we are. It is 14-0 in favor of Bluefield. The Beavers will receive, and they'll take it from right to left into quarter number 3. So Bluefield will be first at bat in the second half of play. It's always interesting, first possession, second half, both offensively and defensively for both teams, because it's a bit of a litmus test regarding how effective those halftime changes in strategy were. I think Woodrow surprised Bluefield a bit by throwing the ball 9 times in the first half of play. That's got an up and downside to it. in terms of Woodrow. They surely have receivers, and they've got guys that make Bluefield give them cushions. But on the flip side, that's a little bit out of character for their DNA, which is traditionally just to run it up the middle and try to excavate your way down the field. For Bluefield, on the other side, it's been heavy doses of sincere fields in the run game. Wilson with a nice carry at the end of the first half of play. He may become more involved in the run game in the second half. Bluefield will kick it away. Check it, Woodrow, and this is Radford with the run-up, and he'll onside kick it to the left side, and it is covered by Bluefield at the 48, but Woodrow may have had somebody who committed procedure call on that kickoff. We'll wait to see. They call an illegal procedure on a pop-up kick on the kicker? I didn't even know that rule existed.
Pop-up kick hitting the top of the football directly to the ground.
What is that?
I guess hitting the Rick Baker explained it to us. He's our guru on rules. Kicking the ball directly on top of it to try to get that pop-up by the kicker is no longer allowed as an onside kick form. I learned something new today. Every day is a good day if you learn something new. Here's the run-up now from the 35-yard line, and it'll tumble to the second wave of Beavers, and picking it up is Patton. Patton across the 45 to the 40, Patton down to the 25-yard line. Patton cleanly fielded the squib kick, and as he did, everybody had converged anticipating there'd be a loose ball on kick coverage. They got out of their lanes, and that allowed Powell to have room to operate all the way down to the Woodrow 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Beavers at the plus 26. We'll see if Bluefield can capitalize on this first drive, third quarter of play. The Beavers send 2 wide to the left side, and they have a wing back on the right, shotgun formation. Powell is the shadow back, man in motion, jet sweep to the left side, and this is J.J. J.J. cuts it inside and gets modest yardage down to about the 23. So second down and a short 7. They credit Landon Jones from his defensive end spot with coming in to shut the play down. They move it back to the 24, do the officials. And J.J. hobbling a bit. He'll come off the field. In his place, Jamarius Smith, a freshman. When you look at Bluefield offensively, they're really young. Tackle to tackle offensively, junior, senior, and junior. And in the backfield, they've got a couple freshmen getting big reps. So second down and 8 as they spot the ball back at the 24-yard line. And you got Powell as the shadow back. On the left side, R.J. 1 and 2 wide outs and 1 wide right. Fields looks to the left side, throws the bubble screen. It's complete to R.J., and R.J. circles around a would-be tackler, giving ground to gain ground, and he's able to make something out of it and bring up 3rd and 4, a 4-yard gain on that pass completion. Bluefield 2 catches for 34. See what Bluefield does on this third down. Running to the right side as a wing is Jamarius Smith. They've got 2 wide to the left or boundary side. Shotgun. Pistol back is Powell. Fields on a 3rd and 4. Motions to the boundary side. Counters to Powell, and Powell is eaten up in the backfield. And looks like there was a fumble on the play. And I think Powell was separated from the football. Woodrow's Christian Stewart recovers it. So Bluefield unable to take advantage of that nice kick return and plus field advantage as the turnover, the first of the game for the Beavers. On the quick change, it is Woodrow to the line of scrimmage with Richardson at the wheel. Double wing, motion out of it. Goes to the motion man, cutting back to the middle, and stonewalled for short yardage. I believe that was Waller. We'll have to wait to see.
Handoff gets 1 yard on the play.
No, that was Ford coming back from the left wingback spot up the middle. Grady Woods, one of several interior to stop that one for just a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9 at the 23 after Bluefield coughs it up on 3rd down inside the Woodrow 25. 9:55 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Bluefield up by 14. Double tight end, double wing. Again, they send motion. Quarterback on the inside, counter to the left side, and this time Landon Crane slays it home, and he gets Waller countering back to the inside as they motion to the outside, and Crane shut the door. Crane, a sophomore, 5'7", 145. He plays bigger than his program weight. 3rd down and 9. No gain on that counter action by Woodrow. First half, Bluefield had some difficulty stopping Woodrow on 3rd down and long. We'll see if the Beavers are able to get off the field after this one. Woodrow, 2 wides to the left side. Shotgun. Shadow back on the left hip of the quarterback. Man in motion, Jones. They look to the left side and incomplete to the left side. He had Redfern, but threw too wide for him at the 30. Redfern had a nice cushion by the Beavers, who are now checking assignments defensively, but they dodged the bullet on the incomplete pass, and it's 4th down. Woodrow now 5 of 10 through the air for 63 yards. So 3 and out for Woodrow after Bluefield goes 2 and a fumble. And this will be Radford to do the honors. The line of scrimmage is their 23. Fields will drop back in single safety. Radford will take the snap at the 12 and hit it at the 15. Snap's a good one. Return is on. Line drive kick. Away from Sincere, it takes an AstroTurf bounce to the left side, and now a lateral bounce and goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 39 yards on the punt, no return. So both teams unsuccessful in their first possessions, and the 3rd punt of the game, the 2nd by Woodrow, and Bluefield will now try at its own 38 to start a drive. They had one long drive, and that being the 11-play 70-yarder on their first possession. They also had a defensive score, in case you just tuned in, 14-zip. Bluefield. Early 3rd quarter on a picture-perfect football Saturday. Tabor spins over the football. Slot and split to the left side, and 1 wide to the right side. They show blitz. Quarterback keeps it. Fields breaks tackles, and Fields, a little guy who runs bigger than his program weight as well, and he is able to tunnel his way across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Didn't look like there was much there, but he got a nice surge from the right side of the offensive line and then got a couple yards after contact. 4-yard pickup on the quarterback keeper. .8:15 and counting. Bluefield trying to put together back-to-back wins after back-to-back losses. And Woodrow trying to bounce back after a loss last week. Wide out to the left side and the right. Motion across the formation. Running back to the left side is Bluefield Smith, and Smith tries to cut it up, and Smith gets short yardage. Woodrow strung the play out nicely. 3-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and about 2, make it a 4-yard pickup. Ball midway between the hashes near the twin state decal at midfield. Bluefield at its own 45. They send a wide out to the left side, and that's Willis Wilson, 2 to the right side. Fields in the gun. He's got Wade as his pistol back. He'll keep it himself to the left side, and he will take it forward and be stopped shy of 1st down yardage.
He gets 1 on the play. It'll be 4th and 1.
Picked up a yard, needed a little more than 2, and it's 4th down and a yard for Bluefield. Beavers, now they spot it back at the 46-yard line. So that's a 4th down and a full yard, maybe more. And the Beavers will send the punt team in. Now remember, the quarterback is also the punter. Fields has one punt in the first half. It was 27 yards. For Woodrow, one man going deep, and that's Waller. Snap, placement, and a kick, and they block it coming up the middle. It's picked up by Woodrow and covered at the 38-yard line. So middle block by Woodrow. They sent the house, and it was blocked and recovered, I believe, by Woodrow's Connor Ray. So a block punt, and now Woodrow has the advantage of great field position on the Bluefield side of midfield. As after executing well early in the game, both teams have been plagued by miscues, drop passes, and special teams mistakes. Beckley sends two left. They've got one right and a wing right side, wide side to the left side against a four-man look. Man in motion. Counter it back to the middle and wrestled to the ground behind the line of scrimmage is Stewart. And once again, it was that precocious sophomore, Landon Crane, coming in for a loss of yardage back to the 40. Crane has come on defensively, particularly with more and more big plays. He's an inside backer, undersized, but it's not the size of the Beaver in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the Beaver. 5:55 and counting in the third. Woodrow. Two receivers go to the left side, Christian and Waller. Wing back on the right side. High snap to the quarterback. Will fire the pass to the left side. The pass is complete to the left side to Stewart. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second tackle. On the way, Fields makes a touchdown-saving stop down at the 5-yard line. They'll spot it at the 7, a 33-yard pass completion, in part because of a missed tackle. That's the biggest play from scrimmage all night for Woodrow, and it speaks to the danger of that big play group of backs. And we've got an injured player on the field for Bluefield. That is J.J. Campbell. Earlier, you remember, Campbell got dinged and came off the field, and it looks like it's J.J. over there one more time who's fallen victim to it. And while they attend to the injured Beaver, we'll take a 30-second break. As we go to break, midway through the third, it's Bluefield 14 and Woodrow nothing. You're listening to Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
It's football season, and Ramey Automotive. Football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault.
Online at WKOYRocks.com and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
They respotted down at the 5 from the 7, and it's first and goal at the 5. Woodrow sends two wide to the left side. Redfern and Wallace. Short snap by the quarterback, fires into the end zone, and it's incomplete. It was dropped by Redfern.
It's incomplete. It'll be second and goal.
He's had his hands betray him a couple of times thus far tonight. He was wide open, lonely. Bluefield's got some defensive backs who are cramping up here on this little bit warm, but not cool football Saturday afternoon. 6 of 12 passing. Flying Eagles second and goal at the Bluefield 5. They trail by 14, but they're knocking on touchdown store. Two wide to the left side, the snap. The look to the left side again, they go to Redfern, and this time a great hit by Bluefield's Willis Wilson separates him from the football at the goal line. Nice play by Wilson, who timed it up to make the contact, and Redfern unable to secure the catch. Ran the same basic formation and the same pattern, this time a little better defended. So 3rd and 10. For Woodrow at the Bluefield 5-yard line. Two wide to the right side and a wingback left. Richardson the snap, looks right, fires a pass to the right side, and the pass is caught. And it's Redfern at the 3. Redfern struggles and gets to the goal line. It looks like he was down by contact. He was again separated from the ball, but they're going to rule 4th and goal at the 1. A couple of Beavers had him, but couldn't put him down, and as he spun around again, separated from the ball, but he was ruled down by contact. A 4-yard gain on the 3rd and goal at the 5.
Redfern is down at the 1-yard line.
Redfern now injured at the 1. So for Woodrow, what do you call? We'll take this 30-second break and find out as we go to break. Midway through the 3rd, Bluefield 14, Woodrow nothing, but they're knocking on touchdown's door. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
Citizens Building Supply.
Until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
Woodrow going for it on 4th down and 1. Powerhouse backfield. Snap by the quarterback. Goes to the left side and into the end zone for the touchdown is Woodrow.
Carrying the ball into the end zone is Jacob Reed.
Jacob Reed for the touchdown. Reed, a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bluefield turnover cost them. Short field, 4:37 left in the 3rd, and Beckley has cut the lead down to 6. And Tyler Radford in to attempt the point after. High snap, ball's down in good shape, and the kick sails true for the PAT. And as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 14, Beckley 7. Back with the Flying Eagles kickoff in 30 on Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Football season is starting in
the summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens MITSUBISHI in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel efficient rides on the road, the all-new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all-new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP plus 0.9% financing available. Come see us.
Them online at WKOYRocks.com and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
You know, Bluefield offensively had played so well early. Woodrow has made obviously some adjustments, but Bluefield has been sort of marching in place offensively since that time, and Woodrow has taken advantage of a Beaver turnover to cut the lead in half. It's 14-7. You're ready to kick it off. And Radford this time will boot it deep to Sincere Fields, and it will go out of bounds. And so they'll get it at the 35. Bluefield just gets it at its own 35. So Bluefield 65 yards away, and really just in need of a couple first downs to establish a little bit of the mojo they had going early. What worked early has been pretty much neutralized by Woodrow's defensive adjustments. Fields up the middle and trying to stretch it from time to time with Wade or Patton on the counter. Powell is the setback in the pistol on first down. 2 left and 1 right. They'll feed it to Powell. Powell goes over the left side, and Powell gets about a half yard. He stopped standing up.
Powell on the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Woodrow's doing a much better job in neutralizing and controlling the line of scrimmage. Wade coming in for Bluefield. And Fields to the sideline to get the call. Powell comes up a little gimpy. 2nd down and 10. They put the ball right back at the line of scrimmage. So Bluefield 2nd and 10, it's 35. 14-7, Woodrow tacking on a third quarter score. Bluefield sends 3 out wide, 2 to the left. Here's Sincere going inside. Now zigs back to the outside. Goes back to the outside again at the 40. Got a block, 43. Running hard, 45. Breaks a tackle. Fields to the 40. Fields to the 30. To the 20. Runs through another tackle. Sincere Fields with a highlight film run as he broke 3 or 4 tackles. Looked like it would be solid, maybe a 5-yarder, but Sincere did his Houdini act, and he disappeared in the grasp of 2 or 3 folks, only to come out on the other side, high cleating it and getting to the end zone from 65 yards. That could be our nominee for the Dairy Queen play of the game. 65-yard run, something special by Sincere Fields up the left sideline. Boy, the Beavers needed that to counter. It's now 20-7. PAT will be attempted by Eli Rife. Snap, placement, and the kick. And it's good. So as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 21 and Beckley 7. Back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOI, 100.9 FM and WKOIRocks.com.
What's with Mountain Dew?
Football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Hey, John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, boy. But I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
At the 28-yard line, so Woodrow will take over at its 35. Earlier, that location kick by Bluefield worked out pretty well as Woodrow had a hard time handling it. Now, Bluefield has answered Beckley's score, and we'll see what Beckley does to reply to that. Back and forth momentum is flirted like a homecoming queen who's not faithful. 3:34 remaining in the third, 21-7 the score. 2 wide to the right and a wing back on the left side for Richardson and company on first down. Richardson the snap. They run the inside counter and they break it for big yardage over the middle, and running for 11 yards is Landon Jones. A scissor play in the old days, an 11-yard inside reverse to Landon Jones. Misdirection has been a problem as Bluefield has seen Beckley make some big plays out of it. So quickly Beckley back with its 6th first down of the game as they approach midfield. 1st and 10 at the Bluefield, or check at their own 46. Flying Eagles start to come out of the huddle, and now they will with 12 on the snap clock. 2 wide to the right side and shadowbacks on either hip of the quarterback as they'll split out on it, and there's a either a timeout Woodrow or that's what it was. They had problems getting lined up, and they were flirting with a delay of game and called a time. So we'll take a 30-second pause. The score, Bluefield 21, Woodrow 7, 2:54 left in the third on Bluefield Beaver football on WKOI, 100.9 FM and WKOIRocks.com.
Hey folks, Bill Cole here.
Football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault Downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault Downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Series for both ball clubs. Woodrow would like to go ahead and sustain that early momentum they had in the second half. Bluefield would like to score and then pitch a shutout defensively for the next possession. Two wide to the right, wing back on the left side. Ball midway between the hashes. They send a man in motion. Counter to the left side, and this is Stewart. Stewart breaks the first tackle. The second, he's in the open at the 45 to the 40. Sincere Fields saves another touchdown by knocking him out of bounds, but not until he had gotten to just inside the 30. A 24-yard run. Woodrow picking it up in chunks. You can tell the Beaver defense, and they've got a lot of guys to go both ways. And already, as we have 2 minutes left in the third quarter, they got a lot of guys with hands on hips defensively. Two wide for Woodrow to the right side, one to the left side. Richardson has got the keys to the car. He'll drop back to the right and fire a pass high and deep down the middle, and the pass is caught at the 5, bobbled at the 1, and taken into the end zone for the touchdown. Redfern made the catch, bobbled it at the 2, and then was able to take it to the end zone. So Redfern from 30 yards out, and Woodrow strikes back just as quickly as Bluefield scored. And once again, we're in that uncomfortable spread of just one touchdown. It's 21-13 with Beckley's PAT pending.
Radford in for the extra point.
Redfern on the receiving end of a 30-yard pass. The touchdown, or the PAT, is perfect by Radford, and it's a 21-14 game. So with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, we'll take it back to the 40-yard line on the scoreboard side of midfield, and Woodrow will kick it off. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Beavers football on WKOY 100.9 FM, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
21-14 the score. Both teams playing with more offensive flair this half, but both teams have made some character plays in the third quarter. Just when Woodrow was down by a couple of scores, they scored to make it a one-score game, and then Bluefield scores, and you'd think that a lesser team may have folded like cheap luggage, but here came Woodrow right back with the answering touchdown. Radford approaches the run-up, and he'll pooch it to the right side, hits a dead spot, and it'll be Bluefield picking it up on the sideline. Coming up the sideline for short yardage was Bluefield's Wilson, I think. Check it. That is check it, Nippon. And they'll spot it at the 33. That ball hit a dead area between those looking for the pooch kick, or the very short kick, and those waiting the deep kick. And it was anybody's ball as it bounced down there for a precariously long time before Bluefield was able to seize it. So 1st and 10, Bluefield at its 33 with a minute 58 left in period number 3. Beavers hanging on to a 21-14 lead. Wingback on the left side. And wide out to the right. The handoff goes to Campbell and a pre-snap penalty. Bluefield interior lineman flinched a bit. That's Tyler Mazowski. And it makes it a 1st and 15 now. Bluefield flagged 6 times for 30 yards. Moments ago, it was Sincere Fields to kickstart what we hoped was the offense to purr, and made that play. And now we'll see if Bluefield can, like a tea bag, it takes getting into hot water to get the best out of them, and see if the Beavers on a 1st and 15 can stem things around a bit. The officials mark the ball ready for play with 1:57 left in the 3rd. 21-14 Bluefield. Fields to the sideline to get the play. And RJ will go wide to the left side. Wing on the right. Wilson in the slot on the left. They counter back to the middle, and this time it's Wade running hard, but for short yardage.
Wade on the carry for the Beavers.
Wade fought back just to get to the line of scrimmage. And now he's down.
We call it the 29, maybe mark it at the 28.
I tell you, a lot of the Beavers who have gone, they've been 48-minute men. You can tell that right now that gas tank is fairly close to empty. 2nd down and 14 for Bluefield, so they're well behind schedule on this possession. Hairston, whose number hasn't been dialed in a while, is wide to the left side. They will send Jamarius Smith into the slot. Wing right. Motion across the formation. They look to the right side. Sincere Fields bottled up, breaks a tackle, and Sincere fights forward for really tough yardage. Hit in the backfield, and he will lose yardage back to the 27. So Woodrow putting the hammer down defensively, and it's 3rd and extremely long, about 17 for Bluefield. The 28, and they need the 43, so make it 3rd and a long 15. Woodrow with a little bit more depth, and that is telling right here on this sunny afternoon. RJ to the right side and a couple to the left side. Sincere looks for his man. Fires a pass over the middle. The pass is incomplete. He had a man breaking open underneath, but he was hit as he threw. Campbell was open short, but there was some heat in the kitchen as Sincere tried to deliver it. So the Beckley defense flexes its muscles, and Beavers go 3 and out. In fact, losing 5 yards on that first 3-snap foray. So 4th down for Bluefield, and Fields will kick it away. He'll be kicking it. Line of scrimmage is the 27, one man deep. I believe that's Stewart. And there was movement. Yep, procedure call against Bluefield. Wheels are coming off a bit now. Edge rusher flinch, or an edge bomber, gunner flinched for the Beavers. And so another 5-yard penalty. Woodrow figures to get great field position off this. Last punt was blocked, remember. Sincere coming, they're coming for him, and Sincere gets off a wobbly kick affected by pressure, takes a Bluefield AstroTurf bounce across midfield, gets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and it will be killed at the 38. 35 yards on the punt. A classic example of it ain't pictures, it's numbers. It turned out okay. Still Woodrow in the closing seconds, just 2 seconds left in period number 3, as the ball will be marked ready for play. Barring penalty on the defense, this is the last play of period 3. 2 wide to the left and a wing back on the right side from their own 38. Woodrow, man in motion, counter back to the middle to Stewart. Stewart stopped, line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down and 10 from the 38 as we flip ends of the field. Woodrow Wilson with the ball. Bluefield holding on to a 21-14 lead. At the end of 3, you're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
Challenge yourself to the future.
Younger drivers on the road, Bill Cole Auto Mall wants to ensure everyone understands what we offer.
Hey, y'all. What's up, fam? Bill Cole Auto Mall's the place to buy your next new or used vehicle.
If you want to cop the sickest whip, you gotta peep Bill Cole.
We have the best selection, flexible financing, and top dollar for your trade-in.
We got a dope selection, fire payment options, and we're giving top dollar for your old whip.
Before you buy, give us a try.
Don't sleep on us. Come vibe with us before you make a move.
At Bill Cole, we speak your language.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
WKOY 100.9 FM, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
There we are, back in the 4th period of play, and it'll be Beckley ball as they take it toward the scoreboard. 21-14, Bluefield with the lead, but Woodrow seizing momentum in the latter stages of period number 3. Flying Eagles start the 4th quarter with wide side of the field to the right. 2nd and 10 from the 38. A one-handed snag on the snap by Richardson. Loads it up, fires it up, and the pass is incomplete. And they're going to call pass interference on one of the Beavers who got tangled up with Redfern. They threw into the teeth of Bluefield's zone as they had 4 there, but there was pre-catch contact. And in high school, I believe that's a 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage. So that will put the ball at the Beaver 47.
Will give Beckley a first down at the Bluefield side of the field.
So now Beckley quickly at the Beaver 46-yard line. 11:54 left in this one. Beckley sends 2 wide to the right side. That big offensive line is becoming more dominant. Shotgun. Richardson the snap. On the inside handoff, they break it wide open, running to the left side. I believe that's Jones. Jones rambles across the 25 to the 24. Woodrow on that inside handoff reverse got it down to the 24. So a 23-yard pickup.
Gain of 22 and a first down for Beckley.
Beckley with chunk plays here in the second half as Bluefield's trying to come up with the antidote and circle the wagons. 2 wide to the right side. Woodrow on the move. They're down by a touchdown. Richardson drops, looks, goes for all of it into the end zone, and the pass is caught in the end zone. A Beaver defender misplayed it, and it was pulled down. I think that was Redfern with the grab. 24-yard touchdown catch, and Woodrow within a PAT of tying it. 11:16 left in the game. Redfern from Richardson. That's the second time they've hooked up for a score. Snap, placement, Radford's kick. It's perfect.
The kick is good.
As we come back up the field, brand new ball game, 21-all, Bluefield and Beckley. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY, 100.9 FM, and online at WKOYRocks.com.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at
the summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel-efficient rides on the road, the all-new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all-new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP plus 0.9
FM, online at WKOIRocks.com, and on your phone with the My Radio To Go app.
5 plays, 62 yards for Woodrow. They have scored in terms of scoreboard clock time 3 touchdowns in 4 minutes over the course of the last 2 periods to get right back in it. And then right now with momentum firmly on the sideline of the maroon and gray. Here's the run up and the kickoff by Radford. Radford airmails it to the left side. Smith has got it at the 15. Smith up the middle to the 20. Tries to go to the outside, and Smith will take people with him to about the 28-yard line. First and 10 at that point for the Beavers with 11:08 remaining. Last series, Bluefield went 3 and out with 2 penalties and 2 plays that suffered loss of yardage. So they certainly know that success on first down is a key to anything. Fields, after getting the play from the sideline, late to the huddle with 12 on the snap clock. As they come to the line of scrimmage, they're going to be flirting with the delay of game. Fields up there with 3, with 2, with 1. And the Beavers call for and get a time. That sometimes is a price you pay when you have to have your quarterback come to the sideline to get the call or get in there late. These guys do start that snap clock promptly on both sides. 11:08 remaining. Bluefield huddling up. We pause for 30. Tie game 21-all. You're listening to Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOIRocks.com.
Hi, I'm Michelle from your first.
Fields gets it, fires a pass high and deep down the middle, got a man, overthrows him. It was Campbell breaking loose, but the pass was about 5 yards too long. Fly route with one of Bluefield's fastest guys, but Sincere led him by a bit too much. 2nd down and 10 at the 28. Bluefield 2 of 4 passing for 34. They had the big one to RJ that set up the first touchdown, and then a 4-yard screen to RJ. And other than that, Bluefield's been somewhat stymied. Beavers right now have 45 rushing yards. Wing left, check it, with that run by Sincere, they got 110. Sweep to the left side. Looking to turn the corner is Wilson. Stop and go move, 34, and a defender pushes him out of bounds there. So a nice gain by Willis Wilson to the 34 of 6, and it brings 3rd down and 4. Bluefield cramping up a bit. There's Wilson going to the sidelines. So 3rd down and 4 for Bluefield. You would think for the Beavers a very significantly important 3rd down effort. 21-all the score, but it feels kind of like they're trailing based on the way Beckley has grabbed momentum. Wing to the left side, slot to the right side. Fields the snap. Fields going to try to take it himself, and he won't get there.
Fields on the carry.
Woodrow looking for him, and he got a couple.
It'll be 4th and 2.
4th down and 2 for Bluefield. So Fields back into the game. Don't know if it's to punt or to go for it. They're sending some folks off, so we're going to guess it's a punt. 4th down and a couple. Woodrow drops one man back. And that is Waller. Waller at his own 35. Line of scrimmage, the Beaver 37. Snap, placement, or check it, kick, nice time, kick this time, spiraling kick that's angled out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds, and they'll walk it back up. There is a flag. If this one's on the defense, they'll re-kick it, I guess. An illegal shift against Bluefield.
Beckley has accepted the penalty. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 4th and 7.
So Bluefield, another penalty, and the Beavers have been flagged at critical times, not for huge yards, but at critical times here in the second half. 4th down and 7 at the 32. Fields will try to replicate that last very solid punt effort. Here's a snap. Here's a kick. End over end kick that should be fieldable and returnable. Here's Waller to the 40. 45 midfield, Bluefield territory, tripped up at the Beaver 39.
Waller on the return to the Bluefield 40. It'll be marked for play, 1st and 10.
33-yard punt and a 21-yard return. So a net 12. They'll spot it at the 40, just inside the 40, with 9:53 remaining. Bluefield with just one timeout remaining, and they may want to use that more to take a Gatorade break than to try to strategize here. So Woodrow on the plus side of midfield as they come to the line of scrimmage. It's been a tale of two halves, really. 2 wide to the right side, the quick snap, and now a flag on Woodrow. Pre-snap penalty. That will take it back 5 yards to the 45 and make it 1st down and 15. Bluefield led 14-0 at the half. Woodrow tacked on a late third quarter touchdown. Bluefield responded with a 65-yard run thunderbolt by Fields, and Woodrow came right back with dispatch. Now the referees pick up the flag. So no penalty. Player just sent out of the game for an illegal equipment violation. So now it's 1st down and 10 for Woodrow after a little bit of litigation, and at a 21-21 tie. They have the ball at the Bluefield 40-yard line, wide side to the left. 4-man defensive front by the Beavers. Richardson in the gun. He's got a shadow back on his right hip. Low snap hands to Stewart. And Stewart this time bottled up, line of scrimmage. That play was run for bigger yardage earlier, but that time for Bluefield, Patton, and assisted by Landon Crane. 2nd and 10. Nice play by the senior defensive end, crashing down. Make it interior linebacker, Ty Patton. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Redfern, he of the touchdown grab moments ago, wide to the right side. Shotgun, snap, double handoff this time, and going back to the left side is Waller. Bluefield in the backfield, and they are there. I think it was Patton again getting in the middle of things to gum up the works. 3rd down and 9+ as Patton's come up big on 1st and 2nd down defensive plays. He's just a hickory tough interior linebacker. 3rd down and 10 for Woodrow. They've been very effective in the pass game earlier. Now it's third down in a passing situation. 2 wide to the right side. Quarterback will drop. Pressured. Fires a pass to the left side. It's complete to Redfern for the first down. Redfern cut inside that Beaver zone down to the 25-yard line. A 14-yard hookup. And after Bluefield made 2 plays defensively, the backbreaker on the 14-yard completion to keep the drive going. Redfern big in the pass game, especially the second half. He's got a pair of touchdown grabs and that big 14 third down conversion. Bluefield calls for its last timeout. 8:12 left in the game. So we will see if Bluefield's able to come up with the antidote to a Beckley offense that is hitting its stride as we go to break. 21 all, 8:12 left in the fourth. Back after this, you're listening to Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com. For Woodrow at the Bluefield 25-yard line after the pass completion for a first down to Redfern from Richardson. 2 go wide left, a wingback on the right side for Richardson and company at the Beaver 25. The snap, Richardson will drop, looks right, passes right, and the pass is overthrown to his big tight end, Jamarcus Mans. Mans 6'3", 275, and somehow he got lost by the Bluefield secondary, but the pass too tall for the big man, and it's second down and 10. Woodrow 9 of 16 for 128 and 2 scores in the air. And this is a team that was a predominant run team, but they adapted when Bluefield shut down the run game early. Now they are clicking on all cylinders. Second down and 10. 2 wide to the left, a wingback on the right side. Fumble at the 26-yard line by Stewart, and Stewart's able to come back. The mesh with his quarterback was not clean, and he's able to cover it and save the turnover. Beckley in the first half fumbled twice and lost it. That's their third fumble this time. Stewart quickly reacting, got on it. Loss of a yard, 3rd and 11. This is where we were moments ago. Bluefield's not been able to generate much pass pressure on Richardson, and Redfern has been a handful in the secondary. And he'll go wide to the left side. Wade will come up and play tight coverage on him. The snap by Richardson. He looks to the right side, fires a pass to the right side, and it's caught by Redfern. Redfern bisecting the field at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and Redfern into the end zone. Redfern cut off the route. Bluefield anticipated he was going deeper, and on that stop or back shoulder route, they found him, and then he was able on his own athleticism to serpentine his way cross field for the score. Beckley leads for the first time tonight, 27-21. That is the third touchdown connection between Richardson and Redfern, and that score came with 7:10 remaining in the game. And the PAT by Radford is good. He's 4 for 4 in the points after. And as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Beckley 28 and Bluefield 21. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
It's just better when it's
Younger drivers on the road, Bill Cole Auto Mall wants to ensure everyone understands what we offer.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, fam?
Bill Cole Auto Mall's the place to buy your next new or used vehicle.
If you want to cop the sickest whip, you gotta beat Bill Cole.
We have the best selection, flexible financing, and top dollar for your trade-in.
We got a dope selection, fire payment options, and we're giving top dollar for your old whip.
Before you buy, give us a try.
Don't sleep on us. Come vibe with us before you make a move.
At Bill Cole, we speak your language.
Don't wait until it's time to start back at school in the fall. Visit Blueprints Family Health today. We offer a comprehensive range of children's vaccines to ensure their well-being. Experience minimal wait times and swift service at Blueprints Family Health. Our medical professionals are here to provide efficient care, allowing you to get in and get out quickly. Your health is our priority, and we are committed to serving you. Check off your immunization list at Blueprints Family Health.
1. It'll be Radford to run up to it with a little over 7 minutes left. High end-over-end kick that will chase Bluefield back. Fielded by J.J. Running to his left side, tries to get to the edge. Cuts to the 24 and is covered up there.
Bluefield, he's tackled at the 23. A.J. Thomas on the tackle. First and 10 for the Beavers.
Campbell comes to the sideline again with a hitch in his get-up, and it's first and 10 for Bluefield at their own 23. Bluefield led 14-zip, and since that time, Woodrow has outscored the Beavers 28-7. 7:03 left. Sincere earlier with that terrific effort on a 65-yard tackle-breaking run that gave Bluefield at that time a one-touchdown lead, but Beckley's gone back-to-back scores since then. Split into the right side and a slot and a split to the left side for Sincere. Sends a man in motion. They'll go with a sweep to the left side. Turning it up is Wilson. Wilson dragged down on a horse collar, we thought, and it was. And they'll call it. Redfern came up and horse collared him down, so that will be a 4-yard penalty and a horse collar tackle on the heels of that. That's another 15.
Personal foul, horse collar, number 12. 15 yards from calling the foul.
So a 15-yard penalty from the tackle point, and it will move the ball to the 43-yard line for Bluefield. So Wilson's couple plays that have been very solid, the freshman, from his running back spot. He's a wing on the left side. There's a split left and a wing right. Fields man in motion. Fumble! And picked up by Woodrow at the 44. The mesh with Wade was not clean, and the ball popped out and moved forward. Remember, Wade has one hand in a cast, and he just wasn't able to secure it. So the turnover right back to Woodrow. So after a fortunate start to this drive, it comes apart with cruel suddenness if you're a Bluefield fan. 6:43 remaining in the game. As Beckley to the line of scrimmage, they're up 28-21, and a turnover on the plus side of midfield for the Beavers. Woodrow in that Maryland eye. They go to the top of it. This is Waller. Waller takes it for a short gain, and Patton stonewalls him after about a 1 to 2 yard carry. Saw a piece of laundry fly, but I think it was just a player's flag as they put it back, the ball back to the 43. So a 1 yard gain again. Patton comes big on defense. Woodrow now operating with the clock as a teammate, up 28-21 as we approach the halfway point in the final period of play. They walk to the line of scrimmage with 10 on the snap clock. And will step under center again, the stick eye. Top of the I formation, and this is Waller again, pounding forward for modest yardage just across the 40 to the 39. Check it, Connor Ray. And for Bluefield, I think Fields was one of the guys who came up and hit him hard. Sincere has played his heart out. He's hurting. He's got a stoved up arm, but he's a tough young man. So it's third down for Woodrow and about 5.5 The line they need is the 34. They're at the 39 and a half. 5:26 left in period 3. Double wing, one setback. Quarterback under center, sends man in motion, counters back to the left side. Stewart dragged down at the line of scrimmage.
Inside handoff to Stewart.
I think that was Hairston coming in to bulldog him to the turf. 4th down and 5 at the 40. Woodrow going to punt it on the plus side of midfield and force Bluefield to use the long field to try to get that tying score. Radford handles all of the footwork for the Flying Eagles. They are up by a touchdown with 4:44 and counting. As the Beavers shuttle in a couple new defenders, they may come with the block here. We'll see. Radford to punt. Here's the snap. Bluefield sends 5. End over end wobbly directional kick will be killed. Dropped at the 13-yard line by Smith, who picks it up to keep it from taking an AstroTurf bounce, and he is stopped at the 11. So Bluefield 89 yards away with a PAT from a tying score. 4:21 left, and I think the Beavers are timeout-less. They have used their 3 second-half timeouts. Last drive, Bluefield got a nice Wilson run with a 15-yard penalty tacked onto it, but then they coughed it up on a fumble. Beckley right now playing 7 in the box for Fields and company. 2 wide left and 1 setback. Takes the low snap. Looks left. Fires a bomb to the left side. Got a man open. Hairston's got it at midfield. RJ separates, and Bluefield has scored on an 89-yard lightning bolt to RJ Hairston. You talk about the 2 guys have been the character guys for Beaver all year. You've got Sincere Fields and RJ Hairston pulling a rabbit out of the Beavers' hat to somehow get that touchdown, and now the all-important point after. 89 yards. That's the longest connection by those 2 in their Beaver football careers. Hairston got behind the defense. The pass was on the numbers, and RJ showed separation speed. Score came with 4:09 remaining. And the all-important PAT by Rife. And Bluefield has to hustle in an extra lineman. They don't have another timeout.
That's Bluefield's last timeout.
I thought that they had used their complement. So they will burn that last timeout on this PAT, as they only had 10 on special teams. When we return, we'll have that all-important point after. So go to break. 28-27 Woodrow, PAT pending. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM. Back in 30 seconds.
Hi, I'm Crystal from Your First Community Bank.
Pending, and it will be the freshman, Rife, to try to knot it up out of the Dunford hold on the placement. 89-yard catch and run. Sincere Fields to RJ, who had somehow gotten behind the secondary. Bluefield still doesn't have the full complement of 11 on the field. Now they send 3 in and pull 1 out. The special teams are having some problems. Beaver's going to go for 2 here. Snap to Sincere. He'll try to run to the left side. He stopped at the 2, stopped at the 1, and Bluefield unsuccessful on the point after. So down by a point now, 28-27. Bluefield goes for the lead on the two-point conversion, and it misfires. As we come back up, the clock has stopped the field to score. Beckley 28, Bluefield 27. We'll be back with the Beavers kickoff after this on WKOY 100.9 FM.
It's football season, and
In the summer with the best deals in West Virginia at Stevens MITSUBISHI in Princeton. All of our new Mitsubishi vehicles are on sale, including the red hot Eclipse Cross. Take $25.45 off MSRP. Or check out one of the most affordable and fuel efficient rides on the road, the all new Mitsubishi Mirage, under $18,000. Or take advantage of the best deal of the year on the all new 2023 Outlander, $27.23 below MSRP.
A pretty tired team. And I think he thought if we could get a defensive stop and the two-point conversion here, we'd have the lead by one with that defensive stop, and we may have a little more gas in the tank here than if it has to go to overtime. Just perspective on that. The run-up, and Reif pooches it to the right side, and it will scoot out of bounds at the 41.
Beckley will have the option to take it where it went out or to re-kick.
So Woodrow's option will be to take it at the 41 where the ball skirted out of bounds, or have Bluefield kick it again. And they'll take the additional 6 yards from the normal kick out of bounds because this one was in front of the 35. Good field position for Woodrow. They 4:09 remaining in the ball game. Bluefield with no timeouts. And Woodrow, which has not had success in the run game in their last couple of possessions, has used the big pass play to Redfern. And then Bluefield climbed back in it with a character touchdown, but their two-point conversion went awry, and we're down by one. Is Bluefield. Wing back on the left side, or check it on the right side, too wide to the left. Boundary side is to the left. Right up the middle, it's Stewart. Stewart breaks a tackle. Bluefield tries to tackle the ball and will drop him back at the 48.
Inside handoff will get.
You can see the Beavers trying to strip him of the football, and he'll pick up 3. Check it 2 from the 46 to the 48-yard line. 105 rushing for Woodrow. They got 128 passing. Importantly, the clock continues to tick. 3:35 left in the game, and the clock wearing Woodrow's maroon and gray. They send Twins to the left side on 2nd down and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Richardson calling his own number. Richardson hit hard, stopped cold. Patton was the guy who made initial contact and stopped him in his tracks.
On the tackle, it was Ty Patton.
Patton has come up huge here in the second half for Bluefield. So a big 3rd down and 9 for Woodrow. In boxing parlance, if the Beavers stop him here, they might still have a puncher's chance. 2:48 left. Bluefield looking at the necessity of a big 3rd down stop. 2 wide to the wide side or the right side of the field. Wing back on the left. Richardson high snap. Drops back. Fires a pass to the left side. And the pass is caught, and I believe it'll be short of a 1st down to Waller. Closing in quickly for Bluefield was Campbell. The officials are going to mark it short at the 45-yard line. So the pass is complete, but short of 1st down yardage. Campbell with a 1st down saving tackle. 4th down and 1 will be inside 2 minutes and counting when this snap is executed. Bluefield, really a must-stop 4th down. Beaver shores it up defensively. Woodrow Wilson with the front-heavy stack. They're going to go for it on a pass. Rolling to the left side is a quarterback in trouble. Fires the pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. Wow. Woodrow going for it on the pass on 4th down and 1.
At the Bluefield 45-yard line.
I thought maybe they go hard count and see if they could get Bluefield offside and then just take a delay of game and punt it. But Daring plays, daring calls by both coaches, and now Bluefield, 1:39 left, no timeouts. But the Beavers, great field position at their own 45, down by 1, 28-27. RJ will be a marked man over here. Timeout, I think, Woodrow. So 1:39 remaining. They'll huddle it up on the far sideline. We'll take this 30-second break and a white knuckler from Mitchell Stadium. The score, Woodrow 28, Bluefield 27. Back with the final 99 seconds after this. You're listening to Beaver Football on WKOY, 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com. Woodrow not liking things defensively with the alignment Bluefield had offensively. Burns a timeout. They have one left. Bluefield, no timeouts in their pocket. 99 seconds away from the end of the ball game and 65 or 55 yards away from the end zone. Moments ago, it was Sincere to RJ for 89-yard magic in the score. Sincere in the shotgun. Wing left. Takes the snap. Rolls left. Looking down the middle. Flushed out of the pocket, tries to get to the sideline, does to midfield to the 45, and he's shoulder tackled down to the sideline at the 46. He'll be a yard shy of a first down. Importantly, he gets to the sideline to stop the clock. Second down and 1 for Bluefield. Remember, no timeouts. So if Bluefield does get the first down, they'll have to be ready to either line it up and spike it or line it up and go super quick with pass play. Too wide to the right side for Bluefield. Sincere Fields is the quarterback with a wing on the left side. Sincere Fields on the run, left side. He might have the first down as he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He does have the first down. They're going to have to be ready to clock stopped as they reset the clock with 1:25 to go. Clock starts its countdown. Bluefield to the line of scrimmage looking for the sidelines. 1:20 and counting. Now it's just 1:16. And the officials stop the clock. And they're going to send Campbell out of the game for an illegal equipment.
Mouthpiece was not in.
Wow. So I guess on the positive side, if they go ahead and address the line of scrimmage now with the clock ticking, is not so bad, but the Beavers don't. They got to come to the line of scrimmage. There's got to be a sense of urgency here as the Beavers come to the line of scrimmage. Slot and split to the right side. Confusion in the backfield. Man in motion. Bluefield drops the ball. Sincere pops on it at the 48-yard line.
Completely disorganized on the play.
46 seconds left and counting as Bluefield fumbles it. Their best option now is just to go for a bomb. If it's incomplete, try it again. But the clock is ticking away valuable times on second down and ultra long. The snap at midfield. A flag before the snap or a timeout Beckley, and it is a timeout Beckley. 30 seconds left in the contest. The Beavers trying to pull one out so that any of the challenges that they have had in the second half will pale if they're able to snatch one out of defeat. Victory out of defeat here. RJ's obviously the logical choice, but Woodrow defensively knows that as well. They may send somebody up tight to try to jam him to keep him from getting off the line of scrimmage, or they might just bracket him short and deep. But wherever he goes in this last few plays, he'll draw a crowd. First order of business, does Woodrow play coverage or do they play rush and put some heat on the quarterback? Earlier they came with a solid pass rush and forced Bluefield's Sincere Fields into a hurry-up and a play that was wrought with confusion from the outset. Still, the Beavers live to play at least another down or two. 2nd down and 10. Ball marked ready for play. Off the timeout, the snap to Sincere. He looks to the left side to R.J. Fires a pass down the middle to R.J. R.J. has it go through his hands as he high points it against the triple team. It's incomplete.
It'll be 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14. We have 24 seconds left, and Bluefield has 2 more plays unless they get a first down here on 3rd down. But no timeouts, and they are at the Woodrow 47. They trail 28-27. 2 wide to the boundary side. Harrison on the outside. That's the man they're looking for. Sincere flushed, backpedals, rolls to the left side. Sincere will go to the sideline and make it to the sideline to stop the clock. 4 on the carry. It brings up a do-or-die 4th down for Bluefield. The spot is the 43. So for the Beavers, it's push your chips to the middle of the table. They got to be all in on this one. 4th down. Conceivably, they could get a first down without the touchdown, but they'll likely go to R.J. even if he's quadruple covered. Harrison trying to get off the line of scrimmage. Sincere scrambling. Sincere trying to get it forward. Sincere will be stopped short of the yards to gain. There is ball going over on downs to Woodrow. Pressure in the backfield. Sincere never had a chance to get a clean look and unload. So 10 seconds left. Woodrow will have the ball. And if you're the Beavers, a gallant effort, but one that will fall short nonetheless. They just seem to hit a wall midway through the 3rd quarter, and then Woodrow was able to take advantage of that, and Bluefield still able to score 2 quarterback touchdowns to get close. Fields is completely spent on the field itself as he's given it everything he's got. And there's an injured Woodrow player as well. 10 seconds remain to be played in this one. Bluefield taking over on downs as Woodrow went for it with a pass on 4th and 1. And the Beavers seeing a couple of pass plays fall incomplete. And then Woodrow went more with the pressure than with the rush, although they did bracket. R.J. made it tough on him at the line of scrimmage to get off the line, and that's perfectly legal to jam him within the 5. But Bluefield was unable to get that play off, and I think Sincere just went to his reserve tank and then completely emptied that one out as he was just unable to get it downfield. So we've got 10 seconds remaining to be played as they sort of talk it out. Disappointment on the near side, and on the other side for Woodrow, they know they've got a fallen teammate, and they're taking a knee in prayer on the far side of the field as one of their players is going to be ambulanced off of the football field. So that's a concern on the Woodrow sideline. 28-27 is the score in the ball game, and Woodrow very, very likely will walk away with the win, but right now the attention is on a Woodrow player who appears to have collapsed up around the 38-yard line of Bluefield. And while they attend to him and wait for the ambulance, we will pause for 60 seconds. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM. The Beavers trailing 28-27.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. New NexGuard Plus, a Foxalon or moxidectin and pyrantel chewable tablet. NexGuard Plus chews protect against fleas, ticks.
football season, and Ramey Automotive is here to crush the competition. Our unbeatable lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs will leave you feeling like a champion every time you hit the road. Whether you're driving through rugged terrain or cruising down the city streets, Ramey Automotive has the perfect ride to tackle any challenge. Ramey Automotive is the game changer you need to take your driving experience to the next level. It's your deal, your way. Visit one of our dealerships or shop online at RameyCars.com.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Hey John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
With younger drivers on the road, Bill Cole Auto Mall wants to ensure everyone understands what we offer.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, fam?
Bill Cole Auto Mall's the place to buy your next new or used vehicle.
If you want to cop the sickest whip, you gotta peep Bill Cole.
We have the best selection, flexible financing, and top dollar for your trade-in.
We got a dope selection, buyer payment options, and we're giving top dollar for your old whip.
Before you buy, give us a try.
Don't sleep on us. Come vibe with us before you make a move.
At Bill Cole, we speak your language.
For this young student athlete and football warrior on the far side, as we watch with concern as he goes off, although it's certainly more an afterthought. Bluefield Open next week. In 2 weeks they'll play Independence. Woodrow is just one snap and a knee away from going to 3-1 on the season. But right now, everyone's thoughts go toward that young man on the far side as the Beavers as well collectively take a knee in response to their peer wearing the maroon and white of Woodrow Wilson High School. So now 10 seconds remaining. Bluefield's last-ditch effort, a third down alley-oop pass to R.J. Hairston. He was triple covered at the 15, and the ball went through his hands. And on fourth down, as they looked to go to R.J. again, pocket collapsed, and then Sincere just sort of ran out of time under the avalanche of pass rushers and was smothered to the turf, which meant with no timeouts, Bluefield will watch Woodrow take a knee and go to 3-1. But on a Saturday afternoon where there was some splendid football, great start by the Beavers, and there's some sort of a fan disturbance, a fan down as well, who has collapsed because of the heat. The game, they'll just call the game over without that formality of the snap because of a couple of fairly serious nature. So this will go into the books as a Woodrow Wilson 28-27 win over Bluefield. Bluefield drops to 1-3. Woodrow goes to 3-1. We'll be back with a very somber post game after this. You're watching listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com.
Oh, I don't have time for a cold.
Honey.
Had lost his job and we had lost our home. We lost everything. That was the reason I decided I was going to go back, because I'm going to go after a degree that I will always have a job. There's such a mixture here. It's not just 20-somethings. It's not just people straight out of high school. There's a lot of support here. Your instructors are readily available. The classrooms are smaller. There's just so much here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
Hometown Service Center has made big improvements to the entire facility, much like the rebuilding a great football coach does each season. You work hard, make improvements, and create a winning team. Stop in before and after the games this season and stock up. At Hometown Service Center, we've revamped our store, renovated our bathrooms, installed new pumps, and now offer a dedicated island for easy access diesel fuel. Come experience the hometown difference at Hometown Shell at the corner of Stadium Drive and College Avenue.
Drive that included a 30-yard Fields to RJ reception. The kick, 7-0 Bluefield. Hairston separated Woodrow's quarterback Richardson from the football with a blindside hit. It was picked up on a fumble by Tyquise Powell, 35 on the scoop and score. 14-0 Bluefield at the half. In the third quarter, Beckley put together a solid run after both teams had failed to take advantage of early third quarter opportunities, and Woodrow took advantage of an opportunity off a Beaver turnover to go the distance, 30 yards on the pass play. Redfern from Radford, the kick by Woodrow, and it was 21-7. A 1-yard run by Kaiser off a Bluefield fumble. It was 21-14 as we flipped quarters, but Woodrow maintained momentum and scored their third touchdown in 4 quarters of clock time across the third and into the fourth quarter. Redfern, the 24-yard touchdown grab from Richardson, and then the PAT tied it at 21s. And after Bluefield misfired on its next possession, 3 and out with a punt, a 26-yard connection from Richardson again to Redfern. They 3 times hooked up for touchdowns, 28-21. Bluefield took over after a stop and was able to get an 89-yard connection. Just when it looked like Bluefield's gas tanks collectively had hit zero, somehow Fields on a play that ended with RJ making the fingertip grab and taking it into the end zone. But it started at the hearts of both those players. It went 89. Bluefield pulled to within 1, decided to go for 2 rather than look at the possibility of overtime, although there was 4 minutes left in the game. And Sincere was denied the end zone on the 2-point quarterback run keeper, and it was no good. Woodrow will walk it away 28-27, a game where a lot of wills were tested, a lot of character was displayed both ways, and mutual respect expressed across both sidelines from their opposite number, because this one was a test of the wills on a warm Saturday afternoon, as it started out mild, and then I think the heat of the afternoon got to both ball clubs. Woodrow, the deeper team, and their resolve in the face of Bluefield's momentum early is to be saluted. Bluefield finding a way late not to go away with those 2 huge plays, just to first tie it and then to pull within 1. And then Woodrow making the plays at the end as Bluefield fell a 4th down effort short, getting 1 more shot at the end zone. The final score 28-27 in favor of Woodrow. When we come back, we'll look at the Ramey Auto Group player of the game and also at the Kicks Country, or I'm sorry, I'm getting us all in there, the KOY 100.9 FM, next broadcast of the Beavers. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and Kicks Country, or Kicks, I'm going to say this before it's over. I'm going to get them to do liners for me at the end of this one because I've missed it 7 ways over by Sunday. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOY.
John, how you doing today?
Good, Centron. I got a long list for you today.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh boy, but I think we can do this. Let's go.
Did you find everything okay?
I did.
Looks like you got everything but the kitchen sink.
Do y'all carry kitchen sinks?
We sure do.
Citizens Building Supply. We have it all, even the kitchen sink.
Ramey Auto Group player of the game, with 8 locations in Southern WV and Virginia. Ramey has your next new or pre-loved ride. All well-known brands, Ramey can finance even the worst of credit. Open 24 hours a day at RameyCars.com. You take a look at it, and it's really tough to single out one player. The guys that made the big plays, the plays that get into the scorebook, of course, are R.J. Hairston and Sincere Fields, who just spilled it. But there were a lot of other Beavers who did so as well. I thought Patton just played a heroic ball game. Landon Crane came up big. Sims, Woods, Francisco, Powell, all the way up and down. I'm not going to single out one hero in all of that. And Woodrow played just as heroically on the other side. So the politician that I am, I'm not going to pick one and diminish the performance of the others. It was a game that's reflective of a whole lot of character, heart, life lessons learned on a Saturday afternoon at Mitchell Stadium. Our thanks tonight to our studio coordinator, who was Ethan Stinson, to Zach Helton for letting me man the booth for this one day, but most of all, our thanks to you for your time this time. Until next time, this is Jim Nelson from Mitchell Stadium, where the final score this afternoon was Woodrow 28 and Bluefield 27. Good afternoon, and thanks for listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM and WKOYRocks.com. Good afternoon, everybody.